much. But, yeah. 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 Problematic. How very glib. My internet's not nearly as bad as B's though. Even with my VPN off, it's not bad. Even with my VPN off, it's actually fine. No, my VPN does this thing where it shuts off for like an hour a day. It just stops doing what it's supposed to do. I don't know why. So everything just starts to slowly turn off if I don't shut it off and like let it chill out for an hour. I don't know. And it's random times of day too, so I can't even predict it. Union mandated break. Yeah. Yeah. Basically. I turn my whole computer off when I go to sleep. Doesn't make a difference. Like I'm the only one. I thought you knew I had some help all by myself. Bottle off the shelf, been deeping every week, and if you couldn't tell. After all the shit you did. I leave my computer on like a lot of the time. I was. But then I realized that everything was pissing me the fuck off when I left it on. So I stopped. Ooh. And baby, I blame you. I had some help. Been deep in every week, and if you couldn't tell. Some days I still forget, and I just like leave my computer on, but last night I turned it off. I'm trying to do this thing where I don't leave my computer on for more than like 4 days straight, so I don't burn it out and shit. I'm gonna listen to this one. He ain't worried about nothing, cause he ain't got nothing to lose. I got a thing for the wild ones. Bow, 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 bow. Speaking my language. Oh my god, what's happened to my arms? Oh my god, what has happened to my body? My god, what has happened to my body? He ain't worried about nothing, cause he ain't got nothing to lose.
I didn't get to introduce myself earlier. I'm Aphrodite. I'm LSPD, but I'm helping out. Wow. You can refer to me as, I don't know, hey LSPD, or hello Aphrodite, or hey 269. I respond to pretty much anything but hey bitch.
Sounds great.
I mean, I respond to that just very poorly. Very
Nice
poorly.
to meet you. Pleasure's all yours.
Hey Dad, start Slim Jimming his EVPI.
Oh shit!
You don't have to get keys again.
Keep my eye on you.
I already got that one.
If you're colorblind,
Prepare to be
unfortunately,
impressed.
How'd I get keys?
I
Okay.
help colorblind people now.
Where did you get keys from? What the hell?
There's just, I guess I have keys already.
You gonna give me some keys?
Well, I can, unless you want to Slim Jim it yourself.
I don't want to Slim Jim it myself. It's like
Okay,
a whole
okay, okay.
process. Thanks.
There you go.
I'm not colorblind, but I wish I was. You know what I mean?
That'd be a valid excuse.
Where's Candy?
Oh, she might be dead.
Oh. Did
Only
you kill
the
her?
strong survive.
She
You had to think about that, huh?
She's coming. No, I just I probably got an email from Candy saying what's going on.
What if I run out of Slim Jims?
You will never run out of Slim Jims.
You'll have an
Yeah,
instant
you
Slim
might.
Jim.
I might. I don't know. I
You
might.
will never run out of Slim Jims. You will only run out of endurance.
You
That is very
got
true.
this.
My arms are getting pretty tired, Helen.
I'm just saying, I
I
think
wanna help
Candy's
you
not up to
I
shape
can
for this.
help you
She's so
out.
tired. She's talking
You
about
got
she
this.
woke
No,
up
no,
and
make
she
a
was
good dad do it.
thought
Make
she
a
was
good
in
dad do it.
Cassie Miller's body.
Never mind. Somebody else
I don't know
get
what that
it.
means, but
She should not be inside Cassie Miller. Cassie's married.
you know, Cassie did say Candy was a slut, and I think so now. I am.
Hello?
Don't listen to
Wait, are
Cassie.
you hitting
Cassie
me with
Miller's
your car?
a criminal, a terrible, violent felon. Anyone with a violent felony should be
Hello, I'm
not
Aphrodite.
trusted.
Hey, I was asked to be
You know
here.
what? You're
can't hit me
right.
with your car.
She's a slut. Candy is.
Don't call Cassie Miller a slut. That's the ship one captain's wife.
Can I
Oh,
get an FTO
oh,
to
shit,
make sure everybody
forgot.
has our dispatch card, please?
Already did it.
Oh, thank you, Bruce.
I'm alive.
Aphrodite, if you can just keep checking that as people wake up.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. We're still waiting on Jonah.
Okay, our four vehicles, Reims, Gray, Sultan, the blue Astron, the orange Astron, and the red tailgater?
Hey, firm.
Okay, do we have drivers for every vehicle? Because I think everybody who's coming is here. If everybody can load up into the vehicle, they'll be taken.
Did we get Candy back?
Hey, she's coming, guys. Give her a second.
Alright, we are waiting on Jawbreaker and a couple more FTOs as well.
Aphrodite, just jump in with one of the cadet groups to make sure they've got a FTO with them.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I was just
Since
working
they're not
on
technically
the
cadets, so
car.
they complete academy, they're not allowed to drive the cars
Drive by themselves. Oh, okay,
Technically.
that's all good.
What's the matter?
She seems tired of us already.
It hasn't even begun.
We've got 2 cadet cars without FTOs in them.
Absolutely
I don't know if we're
not.
McNulty and Crane in cars.
McNulty went to go get a salad. They were in with one group of cadets, and then I was in with another. So
Meet in the middle.
McNulty and Crane were both in cars.
we have 1 car without an FT on it, but I see a person running from the motel. Is that Jawbreaker?
Probably is. It is, in fact, Jawbreaker.
Alright, it's Jawbreaker.
Hell yeah.
How's the day been so far? Sounds like a typical experience.
Wow, taking your
I
beauty
don't
sleep
think
advantage,
there's
huh?
nobody to drive my Astron either.
Somebody else will come. Helen, if you want, I can have someone drop. Like, look, we can take all them up, and then we can arrange. I can come back here and take it.
I was just about to say, I do need people with the cadets while we drive up there, but then we can come back. Like me, Aphrodite, Rain, and Bruce can come back while Jenna is teaching. To grab the other vehicles.
Radio check.
10-2.
10-2.
Rain, can you go ahead and leave that here for now and hop in with a cadet group?
Yep.
I will hop in with the other cadet group, and then we will come back and get the other cars.
Who don't got one? Who don't got one? Who don't got one?
Who doesn't have an
I think
FTO?
the one to the right. He doesn't.
To the right?
Florida.
This way?
Florida. Yeah.
Florida, you have an FTO in your car?
Florida. Get Florida.
I don't have one right
Oh,
now.
you were talking my right, not your.
No,
Okay.
you were in the right direction. You go back.
Okay, no, back. Wait, what?
Oh, this is too confusing.
He's so lost. He's so lost.
I'm sorry. I tried to help. I'm sorry.
You can shoot a gun, but you can't know what north and south and east or west is.
That's my. No, I always have my hat.
Alright, go ahead and line up. That car down there on the left with Rain in it, you will lead us to Zancudo. And then once we're there, a couple of us will come back in V-Star to get the other civilian vehicle. Did the Ashton and the tailgater already go to Zancudo?
Yeah. Use civilian cars, Charlie.
Guys, I'm freaking out.
Why?
I'm
Why?
freaking out. Don't
Why?
tell anybody. Don't tell
Why?
anybody because the recruits can't know that I'm freaking out.
We're
We're
recruits.
gonna be behind schedule now. Everything's a mess. We
Whoa!
had to take a
We're
nap.
recruits.
Oh
Yeah.
god!
What if
Oh.
you guys don't learn everything you need to learn, and I can't certify you guys, and then you guys can't be cops ever.
Well, there's
Oh.
always the second
I
day.
have a feeling I'm probably fine. I just have a feeling. But you know, you
No,
got
there's no
this,
way.
Helen. You're great.
I'm just an
No.
amateur.
It's
You're
gonna-
great.
Everything's falling apart. You guys are never
No,
gonna be
no, it's
cops.
fine.
It's my fault.
Ooh.
You know, you can just blame someone else. That's how I do
Literally,
with everything.
just blame anyone else. Just find
Just
someone
blame-
else. to
blame-
God.
Blame who? Oh, I don't want to put any blame on anybody because I'm a lowly recruit, but you can figure that one
I
out.
want to blame whoever cut down all the trees. No,
Hmm.
I'm gonna blame the sheriff.
Oh, sounds like a great idea.
Anything that I do is his responsibility.
That's right.
That's why he told me I gotta stop calling people cunts at the meetings.
But
Oh.
what if it's like, yeah, like slay cunt
Yeah,
slay, you know? Is that what
think
you meant?
Cunt positive, like batty cunty slay office.
Oh, that's
is
cunt.
allowed?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I think cunt negative is banned.
Like you're a cunt. You know
Yeah.
that's a bad one.
Yeah. When I was taking applications for my new shift 2 best friend, and I told people to contact me if they're interested, and this guy raised his hand that I'm beefing with, and I said, not that cunt in the back.
Oh.
This sheriff
Oh.
called me later and told me not to call people cunts in meetings anyway.
You know, it's all about tone, you know, because you can say, oh, not that cunt back there, and that might be fine. But if you say aggressively,
Just try to say it with a southern accent.
yeah. Oh, yeah. What?
I say it with a southern accent, no one's allowed to get mad at me?
If you say it with a
No.
southern accent or an Australian accent, it's just normal.
Oh, I can't. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey,
fucking
can't.
cunt.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, you fucking
Oh,
cunt.
blimey. Shrimp on,
Blimey.
shrimp on the bobby, can't. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that felt pretty close.
It sounds like you're saying can't, like the
Can't. I
Because
can't
you
do
can line
that.
your cars up in the manner that they were before the military deployed that knockout gas.
There's a bird. Be careful.
There's birds everywhere.
The bird
Oh my
over
God! You hit the bird.
You just killed the bird.
fine.
Wesley.
The bird's fine. Good.
Oh my God! It's a titanium bird.
Alright, Jonah is gonna teach you guys stuff now.
Teaching style, parentheses
Jonah, are we
real.
good to take the V-Star and go get the other civilian vehicles?
Yeah, we could set up the traffic stop when y'all get back. Okay, can anyone tell me the last thing they remember hearing before that knockout gas hit us?
You said the
Cadets, get in the
And
car.
get in the
Cadets,
car.
please get in the car.
Okay, great. Alright, it was a live transmission all the way till I passed out. Okay, so, yeah, get in the car and, check that F1 button on the dashboard there and take a look at the lock storage to pop that open. So the lock storage, you'll find a lot more information about it in our SOPs, but just know that that's going to be where you're going to be storing a lot of equipment you use on patrols. So both these things, the
Spike
car
strips.
maintenance and the lock storage, these are things that you're going to want to check and take care of when you start your patrol. When you get on duty, you get in a car, these are some basic things you want to do before you hit the roads, before you're 10-8. You don't want to be in a situation where you don't have materiel you're supposed to have or your car doesn't work properly when you're on a call, when you're on an active, when your fellow officers are dependent on you. If the driver of each vehicle would be so kind as to turn the lights on. If you do not know how to turn your lights on, just consult the manufacturer's material. That'll be the 5 manufacturer's material. Just make sure you got the all the things you need there for turning your lights on. I personally have a 60% dashboard, so I have the very different dashboard button set up than most of you, most likely. Deke, you able to turn the lights on, brother?
Can't remember. I think I had to change some stuff that I normally use last night. I woke up last night
Now,
to
if
set up my
everyone
keybinds.
could toggle your sirens for me, give them a little chirp. That's plenty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and if everyone could honk your horn, please. Okay, perfect. Cease your honking. All right, if everyone could please turn the lights off.
No, it is the same.
Okay, you are currently code 1. This means no lights, no sirens. Everyone,
So
please
bright.
toggle your lights.
So bright.
All right, at this point, you are code 2. When you're code 2, you use your
Yes,
air
I did.
horn.
I
That's
did do the radio channel
honk,
up and down.
at intersections. This means you're
I did.
basically letting the people know, right, that you are out on patrol. You are responding to a call. You are active as a member of the police. However, you are not trying to announce your presence. You are in a more covert mode. And if everyone would please toggle the sirens. You are now code 3. That's lights.
Listen,
and
I
sirens.
never on Onyx had to set any of this stuff up.
All right, you
you
may
know, I
return to
just
code 1.
I never got
Thank you.
like academy, so I just didn't bother with a lot
There
of it.
2 additional codes that we use that you'll learn more of. That is code 4 and code 6. Code 4 is going to be shorthand
But I don't want to
for
fuck this
all
up, so I'm
clear.
actually setting
Code
them up.
6 is shorthand for you are investigating. You are looking around. You are actively searching. So often on calls, you will be responding either code 2 or code 3. and you will be code 6ing the area until the area is code 4. All right, so that's just some basic things to begin thinking about. We don't use a code 5. We don't usually reference codes 1, 2, and 3. Usually the only thing you'll hear over radio is code 4 and code 6. But just be advised, somebody may tell you to go to a scene in a particular fashion. You need to make sure you have the knowledge of what those codes mean so that you can respond appropriately.
Yeah, everyone kept
If
telling
somebody's
me to
trying
do
to
it,
stake
so I just
somebody
started
out and
not
you
doing
respond
it out
code
of
3 to
spite.
their scene, they're not going to be
That's
too
how I
happy
roll.
with you because you're going to spook whoever they're staking out. All right, if everybody could turn their ALPR on, and if you don't know how to do that, again, consult your manufacturer's guidebook and make sure there's a dashboard button to turn that LPR on. To be able to do this from the front seat, with the driver's seat or passenger. So if you have any questions, if you're not able to, please speak up. All right, I'm going to take the deafening silence as everyone has their LPR or ALPR turned on. All right, so you'll notice there's a couple of captures there. There's going to be the rear and the front. Your car can take a speed check from either the rear or the front. While you are in your patrol car, this should be on. You know, sometimes people will find it maybe causes a little trouble with their head, or they get distracted by it, you know, while they're driving, and maybe causes them to crash. It's no excuse. You should always have it on. If you're in a pursuit, you need to be able to capture somebody's plate, give that information back on demand. So you should never be in a pursuit, never be actively patrolling without your LPR on. So the front and rear, that's important to know. If you're doing traffic on the highway, you can always angle yourself a particular way, or if you're trying to take somebody's plate read on a scene without being too nosy, you can use that rear plate reader. Now there should be a button on your plate reader that everyone has to open up the settings menu on that plate reader. Please activate that setting menu at this time and take a look at it. You'll see some things like plate lock, things like that. You can set a variable for what speed at which you capture a plate. Can anyone tell me what the speed limit in the city is?
55.
It's 55 in the city. So some people will bump their speedometer lock thingy down all the way to 55. Some people will keep it at 80. It's a little bit of user preference there. You know, that's you know, whether you want to have plate lock on or not. You know, I personally don't have it on. That's a great thing to establish with your FTO as you get in a car with them, is what kind of plate set ALPR settings do they prefer. You're just going to build up a preference yourself as to how you want to manipulate that thing. All right. If the passenger would be so kind as to get out of their cars, and for the individuals that are doubled up, let's have Dallas get out and go over to Florida's vehicle. And yeah, passengers go around to the driver's side and take out your baton.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna beat.
So all of you should have some muscle memory built up to, you know, be able to pull somebody out of your vehicle. And this is what we use the baton for. If you are on a traffic stop and somebody's being non-compliant, or you're in a pursuit and attempting to apprehend a suspect who's in a car and refuses to get out, this is going to be how you are going to pull them out. You're going to use that baton to leverage that door open, smash that window, pull them out. So I want everyone to go ahead and give it a little try here. You got to be quick with it. If you're not doing it too well, you know, your arms might get tired and it'll just get harder and harder to do it. So just do your best. Swap it up.
Nice.
Swap partners once you get a successful run on it.
Chad, am I stupid?
All right, one moment.
Don't answer that, actually. I am stupid.
This is one of those things that, unlike Slim Jimming, if you try and fail multiple times, it will only get harder. So you
I'm
need to
pulling
take a
you
break
out
from
of the
it for a bit and
vehicle.
swap partners.
Oh, I
So that
see.
you can, you know, let your arms rest.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Whoa!
Oh my god.
whoa.
Jesus.
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna get this. I just am
Got it.
trying really hard to remember what muscle I used for this. This button? Oh. Shit, I fucked up. Shit, I fucked up again. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah.
I do, I swear, I
Is
ain't
everyone
dumb.
feeling sufficiently happy with their baton techniques?
It's just gradually getting worse, actually. It's your turn.
May I drown you, sir?
I actually made it worse.
Attempting. Ow. I tried harder.
Good work,
Thank
Washington.
you, sir.
That does make sense. Yes! Ah! Oh, so aggressive.
Wanna
Nice.
try again?
I can try.
All right. If everyone's feeling happy, we're going to move into a little bit of radio stuff. If I could just get everyone to line up in a line in front of cars, please.
No. Apparently I don't want to try again. I do not. I do not.
All right. So this
Doesn't wanna
quote-unquote
work
radio
now.
stuff is a lead into a traffic stop. We're going to
I'll
perform an
practice it
example
on low
for you.
key and it'll be
But
fine.
something very important to operating a traffic stop is communication. So we're going to go over some radio basics here. All of you have received a recruit call sign today. You're going to be utilizing that today. And at the end of this session, you're going to get, if you stick around, you're going to get your call sign that you'll use as a cadet. This is going to be your identity. This is, as much as this is my car, this is my rifle, this is my Glock, this is your call sign. You are going to use this thing all the damn time. You're going to learn that number like the back of your hand. And then you're going to change it at some point, and you'll get a nice new, cool number. That'll be real cool. All right, but radio functionality operates on a very simple system. Hey, you, it's me. When you are keying your radio and you are communicating to other members of the police, other deputies, you're going to let them know it's you. It's you speaking to them. So, for instance, 367 is my call sign. So whenever I'm keying my radio and relaying information, unless I'm speaking directly to dispatch and that dispatch is on duty and that I am talking to them to relay information for me or complete a task for me, I am starting off my sentence, the radio grammatical structure sentence, with 367. And then I'm following that up with the person or organization that I am trying to reach or talk to, relay information to. Unless I'm just sharing general information with everybody on the radio, I'm going to be then directing from hey you, or hey me, it's to you. So for example, if I were to be calling for emergency medical services, or if I'm going to be calling for EMS, I'm not going to say, okay, pause. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So yeah, I'm going to start with 367, and then I'm going to relay that information. If I'm speaking to a organization or a specific person on the radio, it goes from that to, hey you, it's me. So that's going to mean, instead of saying 367, I need EMS, I'm going to say EMS from 367. So generally speaking, when you are making callouts on the radio, you're going to start with your call sign, unless you are trying to get someone else's attention.
367 from 269 is an example.
A firm, because I am listening for 367. I'm not listening for 269. So thank you, Aphrodite. That's a wonderful illustrative example. All right, so yeah, basic etiquette, right? So we're all using the same device. We're generally all on the same channel out there on patrol. So let's make sure we're polite. Do not interrupt people's comms. Listen for clicks. When you hear the click at the start, hear the click at the end. That's when you start to transmit.
That was a really good example of how you don't interrupt people.
Thank you, Helen. That was great. Yeah, so try not to interrupt people if you can. Sometimes you do have to interrupt people, like, oh, fuck, I'm getting shot at. So
break,
that's
break.
exactly. That is going to be your keyword for when you need to. Ow!
Oh my
break,
God.
break, break! Helen's assaulting me. That's going to be your that's how you interrupt radio traffic, and you should not be trying to interrupt radio traffic unless you have extremely high priority information to share. So that's another thing. Priority. There will be a priority to radio communiques that you will learn either through your FTOs or through experience. For example, AD comms, that's going to be a pursuit comm. Generally, you try not to interrupt pursuit comms to say something meaningless and unrelated. So that is important to learn, and you will be learning this either through experience or through direct information sharing from your FTOs. Some other things, try to keep fluff out of your comms. That can be difficult sometimes for people. It's going to be a learning curve for some of you. There's also personality and fluff. Those are two different things. Don't feel like you need to be a robot. You can have a personality to your radio communiques.
We will talk more about personality and being a cop at the end of today as well.
Hey, firm. That was pretty much it as far as that's concerned. As far as maintaining professionalism with your communications, try to make sure that you follow general standards set. You'll hear these things. You'll also hear people do things in a different way that will irritate you. That's normative to police work. For example, here's a keyword that you probably don't want to use on the radio because no one knows what here is. Don't say on my 20. No one knows where you are. Don't say on me. If I hear you saying on my 20, I'm gonna follow up with one shot on my X because I think I'm playing Halo 3 and it's 2012. Okay, so I'm not trying to four-burst people with an M4. Or BR. I'm trying to do police work. All right, so let's make sure we're sticking to these standards as best we can.
Dude, if you tried.
Okay.
My four tap was pretty decent, sir. It was pretty decent. Okay, so the next thing I want everyone to do is give an example of a communication on a traffic stop. I'm going to give you an example, and some of you are probably going to be able to do this quite well because I believe there's a varying level of experience here today. I'm going to give an example of a traffic stop.
Do I pretend I don't know things, or do I just get it over with so I can get PPO so I can focus less on this?
Example of how I would indicate
Loki really injected me with so much knowledge.
So
Loki really injected me with so much knowledge.
On duty, correct? So dispatch 367 1038 Fort Zancudo Airstrip northbound. Orange in color Astron, occupied one time, requesting a 77.
What does this do?
Copy that, 367.
Uh-huh.
A few minutes pass by.
Same thing as the other watch.
Dispatch 3... Oh, you go for it.
Only thing I'm going to say is I want you to get into the habit of doing exactly what Jonah did, except I want you to give the description of the vehicle before you give your location. Think about what you want people to know if the moment you pull over for this traffic stop and you are in the middle of communicating what is happening, they whip out a gun and shoot you in the head. Yeah. You want them to know what car you were looking at when that happens so that they know who to be looking for to
occupants, color.
All right, so some amount of time has passed. You have conducted your traffic stop. You are going to key your radio. You're going to say dispatch 367 1038 code 4 108 or something like dispatch 367 clear traffic 108. And if you're a giant boomer, you're going to say clear traffic back 108. But please don't do that because we're all new police people here, or at least you all are. All right, can anyone tell me what 10-8 is?
Back in service.
I don't want to say
Thank
things
because I'm trying my best. Can anyone tell me what a 1038 is?
A traffic stop.
I'm just a normal person who doesn't know anything.
Yeah, so there are going to be a lot of 10 codes for you to learn. Don't worry about that now.
I'm just so dumb.
Be information overload.
Plus,
today, all you need to know is 1038. Which is a traffic stop.
I don't gotta I don't gotta do this stuff, you know, because some of the people
If
might
I'm going to repeat
not
the
have any
communique,
experience at
and
all, and
then
I'm just gonna
starting
chill.
down on this end, all the way down to the other end, I would like you all to repeat the communique. Dispatch 367, 1038, Fort Zancudo Airstrip, northbound. Orange and color Astron, occupied 1 time. Can I get a 77?
I'd like the recruits to give the description of the vehicle before the
Oh yeah,
location,
copy,
please.
copy. And then also, feel free to use your recruit call sign instead of 367. All right, Keys, if you'd be so kind.
Yeah, what's the recruit? Is it 03R
So
or
you-
is it just 03?
Just do 01, 02, 03.
Okay. Dispatch 03, 38, 1038, orange and color, Astron, occupied 0 times, northbound, or Fort Zancudo Airstrip, northbound.
All right, next.
Dispatch 04R Divide 1038, orange and color Astron, occupy 1 time, Fort Zancudo hangars.
And the next one.
Dispatch 05 1038, orange and color Astron, occupied 1 time, northbound Fort Zancudo Airstrip.
Continue.
Dispatch 01
I'm scared, Chap.
1038, orange and color Astron, northbound Zancudo Airstrip. Can I get 77s?
And another one.
Dispatch 06 1038, orange color Astron, occupied 1 time, westbound runway 1, Fort Zancudo.
All right, and one more.
Dispatch 02 and a 1038 with a orange and color Astron northbound Fort Zancudo. Can I get 177?
Perfect. Now, all of yours were a little bit different, and that's okay. Everyone's going to call these things out a little bit differently. The important part is to get information across that is pertinent to officers that respond when you get shot. So that is going to bring us into our next segment, which is traffic stops are scary. The traffic stops can be fun.
Traffic
stops can be
are
you know, a
scary.
little laugh, a little goofy you know, whoever you are and whatever manner of traffic stops you like to do, go for it. However, just know always that traffic stops are where you are in the most danger as an officer. You are going to be out of your vehicle. They are going to be in their vehicle. They may have tinted windows. You may not know exactly how many occupants are in the vehicle. You're likely going to be outnumbered. You don't know what they're going to have on them.
Everything's
unless
scary.
You've seen them
Good night,
vanishing class
Tessie.
2s, which you'll see all the time. And you have to get out of your car, your patrol vehicle, sometimes alone unless you're patrolling with somebody. If you've not waited for backup, then you're going to be extremely precarious, right? You are extremely vulnerable. So just keep in mind that the reason that we make these communications, that we share all that burdensome knowledge over the radio or by 311, is because when you do get shot, and you will, because somebody's mad you're in their turf, or that you've got a hit out on you because you arrested somebody, or whatever the hell, maybe the guy just woke up on the wrong side of the gamer chair that day. They are gonna be upset with you, and they're gonna shoot you, and you're gonna have pie in your face when officers respond to your panic button, and they have no idea what to look for. So Helen's point about sharing the vehicle information first is very pertinent because, again, they don't even have to wait till you walk up to their car and start the traffic stop formally. They may just start shooting you right then and there as you pull them over. So if you're initiating a traffic stop, you are making contact. I'm dead. Beep, 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 beep. If you are making contact with any individual in that manner, as in your capacity as an officer, as a deputy, you are immediately at risk. So just always make sure to communicate that information to the general patrol radio. All right, so we have here in front of the vehicle, in front of you all, are a civilian vehicle and a patrol vehicle. The patrol vehicle is positioned in a general manner which you should be attempting to position your vehicle. Sometimes traffic can be a little weird. Sometimes you pull them over in an area where it doesn't allow you to do that. Always prioritize this positioning. if you can get them to move their car further down the road to an appropriate place for you to conduct the traffic stop, that's fine. You can have them go a mile down the road while you're following behind them.
What button did I put my megaphone on?
Visual.
I actually put my megaphone on a
So
button
you
too,
notice here
chat.
that the patrol car
But
is
I don't
at an
remember
angle.
what I put
If
it
I
on.
were the passenger of this car, I could safely get out of this passenger door and be alongside the
basically
vehicle
amazing,
without
you know.
entering the kill zone.
I did all kinds
if
of stuff.
Helen really decided that she'd had enough of my awful traffic section, she could turn the car on, put it in reverse, and smush me against the car, and I'm dead. Boom.
Or a local could pit your car into their car.
Exactly. Or if I were to walk in front of her car, I would also be in the kill zone. This one should be very obvious. Don't do this.
Fucking duh.
So there's going to be
No.
3 pillars on every car, unless it's a
Did I miss
2-door,
one?
at which point it'll have 2 pillars. There's going to
God, I'm
be
stupid.
the C, B, and A pillars. When you're making an approach on a traffic stop, you want to stop at the back pillar, at the C pillar, and clear that pillar.
Shift.
If you are not comfortable proceeding to the next pillar, if there's somebody who you are concerned about,
Oh my god,
on
that's
that
so
pillar,
much love for
deduct
Inferno.
the
Holy
stop
shit.
from the safest position. If you feel safe moving up to the next pillar, do so, and conduct your traffic stop alongside their seat in the car. Do not go to the front pillar. That's just don't do that. There's no reason to move that far up. You're just exposing your back. Some other things to do as far as mindfulness of your safety conducting a traffic stop is your MDT. Eventually, you're going to ask for some information, and you're going to want to check it. At this point, you're going to want to go back to your car, go back to your patrol car, get in the driver's seat, and then look at your MDT. If I'm on an FTO session with you, and you're, standing in the middle of the roadway, adjacent their car, looking at your MDT, you're dead. Yeah, I might tase you. They may shoot you. There's a whole lot of things that could happen. It's no good. So when you have that information from the driver, make sure to return to your vehicle in order to check it. Now, the kill zones. When you're getting out, one more thing. When you're getting out to go talk to them, maybe sometimes you might feel as the driver of the car conducting the traffic stop that you don't really want to stand in the road. There's a lot of heavy traffic, cars going by fast. This feels unsafe here. So you may be thinking, oh, let me just conduct the traffic stop from this side. Obviously, that's crossing you through a kill zone. So when you want to do that and you're conducting this traffic stop, you will exit your vehicle, go around the back of your own car, and then proceed up on the side. All right, so I'm going to perform a mock traffic stop here. Actually, there's going to be one more thing before I do that. So, when you're dealing with a suspect car, there's a number of things that you can easily do. We've already practiced one of them, which is batoning a suspect out of the car.
What the fuck?
Obviously, you're going to have times on traffic stops where you do this, but not so much today, probably. There are other things you can do. One is you can take a look at the plate and write it down. You just got to evaluate the plate, and then that information will go back to our dispatch system. You can also evaluate the car for clear signs of tampering. So you'd be looking for broken windows. You'd be looking for scratches near the ignition, cut wires, that sort of thing. When you are documenting a car or dealing with a car, a suspect car, these are all things you can do. You can also look at the VIN, which is something that we do when we apply VAF. However, I cannot look at the VIN right now because I do not have custody of this car, and I'm not able to get in the driver's seat and pop the hood and write down the VIN in the safety of MRPD or wherever I'm doing that. So just make sure that when you are interacting with a suspect's car, you're doing the right things at the right time in the right place. A lot of that is a little ambiguous, but it should be clear with time and with FTO help.
Just one thing I want to make sure you guys understand what he said there. When he's talking about the fact that you can write down the plate and then contact dispatch and find out who it belongs to and everything, some things like that are for convenience to move things along. But it's a really bad habit for you, for example, to pull out a car who you've never seen, you don't know who they are, you're not familiar with them, walk up, look at the plate, and then walk up and go, oh, hey, what's going on, Miss Highwater? unless you're actually going to call into dispatch and read out the plate and get a return on it, okay? Now, if you're trying to save time to confirm it's their car, right, after they've already identified themselves, and then you run the plate, that's fine. But if you're actually going to use it to identify them proactively, then you would need to verbally call into dispatch instead of just taking the shortcut. Please don't take the shortcut at the wrong times.
Thank you for solidifying those points there in a very good manner.
All right, let's do that. Let's see the example.
All right, so I'm going to run an example of a traffic stop here. I have clocked Miss Highwater's car at 96 miles an hour, and I have pulled her over with my lights on. I've got the sirens on, but during the stop, I'm going to turn the sirens off, and then I'm going to let dispatch know that I'm doing this traffic stop. Dispatch from 367, 1038, northbound Fort Zancudo, except I'm actually going to say the car first. Dispatch 367, 1038, orange and color Astra, northbound Fort Zancudo airstrip, occupied one time. Can I get a 77? In this example, I've had a 77 arrive, I have backup, and then I proceed up to the B pillar of the car, and then I let the individual know who I am. Deputy Jonah Slow with the BCSO, badge number 367. May I see some identification from you?
No. Why are you pulling me over?
Man, the drag event looks so good. Sorry, I'm watching streams. I'm paying attention.
May I see some identification,
enough.
please? All right, perfect, Miss Highwater. Thank you. I'm pulling you over today because I got you clocked a little bit above the speed limit. I'm going to go run your information and I'll be right back, okay?
Please note, recruits, due to recent legislation changes, if you are in the city, you have to identify the reason for the stop before you ask them to identify themselves. That is different in the county, but if you do traffic stops in the city, that is the new law.
All right, I'm going to proceed back to my patrol car.
Why is it different?
Get in the driver's seat.
In the
I'm
city
going to utilize
and
the dashboard computer or my MDT
county.
to run her information. I'm going to observe on her profile that she has no traffic record, no warnings, nothing like that. I'm going to make a note on her profile that I'm going to issue her a warning. I'm going to exit my vehicle. I'm going to walk back up. I'm going to say, "Hello, Miss Highwaters, Deputy Slow. I've run your information. I've noticed that you have no traffic history. I'm going to write you a warning today. Please keep your speed limit to, keep your car operating on the road underneath or at the speed limit. Please drive safe. Thank you. Have a good day." And then I'm going to walk back to my...
Absolutely, officer. Thank you so much.
I'm going to walk back to my car. I'm going to get in. I'm going to turn the lights off. And I'm going to contact dispatch from 367, 1038, code 4, 108. It is a basic, simple traffic stop. Miss Highwater, the passenger, the suspect driver, gave me a little bit of a hard time, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, so remember when you're in the county, you can be a little flexible. If somebody is giving you a hard time and they say, "Tell me why you pulled me over," before they give you their ID or exchange pleasantries with you, you can be flexible. You can, swap around that ordering a little bit. Or if you're in the city, then you have to, because, yeah. We're going to break you into groups.
Because, yeah, someone sounds very upset about that.
You're going to be with the same groups you drove up with. Go ahead and get into your vehicles. Riker, I would like you to be with Moonshine and Sapling over here on the far right. Aphrodite, can you be with Diva, please? Bruce, if you wouldn't mind being with Jawbreaker and Riff.
Where are you?
And then Snoopy, can you get in with Florida? Rain, could you go ahead and join up with Snoopy? Crane, could you get in with Aphrodite?
I'm with y'all.
Is McNulty still here?
Bruce? Oh, damn
To the right.
Are there any FTOs that have not been put with a group?
I don't think I have.
Jonah. Yes, Jonah, can you go ahead and hop in with,
Which FTO do you guys have?
Oh yeah, Jonah, can you go with Bruce? Crane, you're over here with Aphrodite.
Hello.
Okay, you guys are good to go. Oh fuck, we can't do this many fucking FTOs because we need some of them driving the goddamn cars. FTOs, one of you is going to be in the car with your cadets, one of you is going to be driving the vehicle that they are pulling over. Go ahead and find each of the,
Jonah, I want you in the
vehicles.
car
Riker, I'll be with you.
What do you need me to do?
Who needs the Astron?
It's my vehicle, but I can take whatever.
If somebody wants the military vehicle, let me know. I have keys.
Helen, do you want us breaking into different radio channels? Yeah, I presume.
Yes, I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Do you want me to go ahead and take care of that?
Sure. Okay.
All right, the car I'm currently standing on top of, would you please bump down to one channel to channel 8?
Boom. Radio check.
This car, please jump down 2 channels to channel 7. Oh, make it 6. This car up to 11, please.
Look at that, chat. Look at how good that is. I just easily switched channels by pushing a button. Holy shit. My whole world is so different now. My whole world is so different now, chat.
Nope. Radio check.
10-2.
Used to have a radar. We just used to judge them on. Well, we call it profiling.
Gotcha. Okay, is anybody still on this frequency? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is everybody with their groups? You've got an FTO in your car and an FTO in another vehicle.
Yes.
Does anybody not have that? Does anybody need another FTO?
I'm not too sure if we have someone in the blue Astron. I can't really see.
I think Snoopy's in there. Snoopy, are you in there?
No,
I'm over here on your left.
Who's
Okay,
in
great.
the blue
I'm in the blue
Astron?
Astron.
Helen's in the blue Astron.
All right. We are good. Sorry, you guys can't hear me on the radio. We're good to break off. Go to different areas.
I am probably gonna. I might do some stuff that is like.
What frequency are we on? 8?
8.
Yeah, 8.
I might do some stuff. 10-2.
10-2.
I might do some stuff that makes me look stupid or not do something perfectly. But that's just for roleplay purposes, chat. And also because I am stupid sometimes. So you're not gonna know the difference. But sometimes it's gonna be for roleplay, and sometimes it's gonna be because I'm genuinely dumb and forgot. But if I do things perfectly, that's really confusing for people in Academy, you know? I need more Loki injections. I need more Loki injections before I'm good enough.
Both, green, or you guys go experience?
I'm like super green.
Alright.
So green.
Cool.
The greenest.
Ready?
I'm as green as the grass can come.
Fantastic.
Though I have been reading a lot of books, so there's a good to fair chance that I will just know things because I've been reading so much.
Oh, splendid.
I just got my felony removed.
Oh, ex-felon. Same.
Oh yeah, yeah. I turned my life around.
Alright, so we chasing this suspect? What are we doing here?
Well, she didn't say if we're either going to a different area or I'm supposed to pull
No,
over.
This is the area.
Engine off, windows down, be with you shortly.
Okay.
Dispatch 06 1038. Blue and color Astron occupied one time, westbound Fort Zancudo Airfield.
partner in the vehicle, you would also get out and go to the other window.
Yeah, it's me, Helen.
Oh, hi, Ellen. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So I did catch you driving around pretty recklessly in this the entire military base. You went
Oh
to
my
top
goodness.
speeds of 83 miles per hour.
Oh,
You believe that?
oh man. Oh, you got me. I'm so sorry. You're right. I just, I was just kind of, I was just in a flow state, just kind of enjoy driving around.
Do I
a
look
little
intimidating
bit,
right now?
A little crazy off duties, letting off some steam. My bad.
You're good. You're good. There's no problem at all. I appreciate you explaining to me what's going on. Well, is this your vehicle, perchance?
This is my vehicle.
Is your vehicle
Real and true.
Okay, it's your vehicle, right?
Real and
Miss
true.
Helen, I am gonna go ahead and run your information. Just make sure everything's all good.
Okay.
Are you sure this is your vehicle?
Yeah, it's my vehicle.
Oh, okay. All right. Well. All right. Well, Miss Helen, you stay tight for me. Just make sure to keep the ignition off.
Okay.
All right. And you can talk to my fellow deputies to your right-hand side.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Thanks. Hi.
How's it going, Helen?
Oh, it's going all right. Moonshine, how are you?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Good. It's been a bit of a day, but it's a nice day. Sun's out, guns out. You know what I mean? Well, not my guns, but
beautiful. You have plural guns?
Well, it's like my arms. I work out.
Oh,
sometimes,
right.
yeah.
Well, not you because you're a cadet. You can't.
Not me.
we
I
keep
can't.
those
I can't
covered,
have my arms out. But imagine if I could.
When you're a PPO, you better. It's weird that we haven't seen your elbows at that point.
It is weird. It would be weird if you haven't seen my elbows. Yeah.
Ham.
Welcome back.
Howdy, Miss Helen. So,
Howdy.
I understand that you were trying to blow off some steam and all that, but
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty dangerous the way you were driving. What if you could have flipped your car, broke your neck? Then Miss Helen be dead. No Miss Helen for the BCSO. It'd been so terrible. All those little ducklings can go untrained because you decided to drive a little too crazy, caca cuckoo brain.
Damn it! You're right, Sapling. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Well, listen. Once my signs are off and my lights, all that, you are free to go. Okay, I'm gonna leave you out for the warning. Okay, Miss Helen.
Thank you so much. Oh wow, that really makes my day. Thank you.
Of course, glad to help. All right, you have a great rest of your day. All right, like I said, once the lights are off, you're free to go, Miss.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Dispatch 06, clear traffic tonight.
Alright, good job, Riker. Do you have any feedback for them?
Do you guys understand why it's important that both of you get out of the car and go to the vehicle?
No. Would you explain it to me?
It's two reasons.
I want him to
Firstly,
explain.
foremost for safety. If your partner is just sitting here in the vehicle while you're talking to him, they could, when your partner comes back to the vehicle and you're both sitting in here, you're both sitting ducks. One of you is, eyes down in the MBT, so it'd be very easy for them to just jump out and just gas you both. So if you, as the passenger, if you get out and you approach the vehicle as well, they are far less likely to try and pull anything, like a weapon, or try and evade if you're standing there talking to them. Keeping them talking means they can't, call a friend or talk on the radio, do anything sort of untoward. And also for the, civilians, not the criminals that we're pulling over, it's also just less awkward for them if you're standing there having a chat with them. If they're sitting in their car just sort of, awkwardly waiting in silence while the both of you are sitting in the car, it's just kind of, it's a bit awkward.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all both understand this, but traffic stops are how we interact with the majority of the public. There's a really good opportunity. Like, most people you meet, the first time you meet them is going to be in a traffic stop. And that is going to set the tone for how that person approaches you for the rest of your time in the city. Word about who people are as cops spreads very quickly, and it is very hard to shake once there is like a narrative that is spun about you. People will decide if they like you or not right away. A really easy way to make sure that people feel however you want them to feel about you is by directing these traffic stops in the manner in which you want to be perceived. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that was really good. Good job, Sapling. We're gonna do it again. I want you guys to swap.
Are you? Never mind. I'm seeing some shit. Chat, what button did I make my megaphone button?
I'm sure Ventura has some upgrades in that thing.
You gonna call anything in dispatch about this 38 you're failing?
Dispatch 02, I'm currently in an 80 with a blue and color Astro, occupied 1 time. I am seeing some really crazy things happening with that car right now.
Doing some Harry Potter shit.
It's just a lot. Engine off, windows down, please. Dispatch 22, my last. I'm in a 38 with a blue and color Astro, occupied 1 times. Currently eastbound at Zancudo Airfield. Okay. Where's Helen? Am I? I can't see Helen. I'm just gonna say now, I can't see anyone in there. Thank you. Sorry.
Hello. Hello, officer.
Hello, ma'am. My name is,
Hi.
My name is,
Howdy. I'm
Vivian
sorry I didn't
Stillwater.
hear you trying to pull me over. My hearing
Okay.
aids gone. I'm going to the store right now, actually, to get a new battery for my hearing aid. I didn't hear sirens. I'm a bit lost. I where's the store?
Oh, okay. Oh, do you happen to have your driver's license and your registration?
Oh, of course, yes, of course. I've got my. Just give me a second here. Dig through my glove box and see if I can find it anywhere.
Is it a valid driver's license?
A driver's license. I've got. I got a candy for you. Do you want a candy from the bottom of my purse?
Oh, thank you so much, but I don't like candy too much. Can I just get your license, ma'am?
Here's my identification, Miss Deegan.
Wanda Winkle. Okay.
Yep.
Is this your vehicle, ma'am?
Absolutely not. It's my late husband's.
Oh, okay.
He died on top of me.
What was his name?
Gregory.
During sex. Wow, very, very active.
It was inside me.
And he'll stay that way forever, probably. Well, not forever.
Wow, right.
So, if I check, this is gonna come back to your husband, the car, the vehicle.
Yes. Gregory Winkle.
Gregory Winkle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Wanda, can you just bear with me for one moment? I'm just going to go back to my vehicle and check your
Absolutely,
information.
Yes, of course.
You can talk to my fellow deputy. I'll be right back.
Hey, how's it going, Nana?
Huh?
How's it going, Nana?
I can't hear you.
Oh, keep yelling like this. Can you hear me?
Hey, can you come over to the... I can't hear... What? You're all the way over there. I can't hear you.
I'm going to keep on yelling.
Okay.
Nana, can you hear me?
No.
I make it look like I'm checking things.
You didn't even...
Nana.
Oh, I can hear you now that the passenger window is down. I couldn't find the button for before, but I could hear you. Howdy there, young man.
Hey, Nana.
You're a
Deputy Wesley
strapping
Whitaker.
boy. Are you single?
Oh, thank you. Oh, well, I am.
I have a granddaughter who would absolutely love you.
Is this true?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, she can't find a man to save her life. It's pathetic. I tried to ship her off to live. Where did I ship her to? I don't remember. Where am I?
Huh.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hi. So I ran your information, ma'am, and it all came back like okie dokie. But I might suggest maybe that you just make sure that you keep your driver's license like fully up to date. Like maybe go get some driver's license and make sure that you're everything's all good because you're kind of all over the place. I am just gonna give you a warning today.
License update. Okay. Can I get the phone number of that strapping young boy to give you my granddaughter?
Oh yeah, I'll write off
I need
on my piece of paper for you.
More of them, great grandchildren.
How many
Here,
grandchildren?
I'll
do you
place a
have?
piece of paper on your passenger seat there,
27.
madam.
27.
Yes, from 9 kids.
What?
Wow, you
That's
guys
an
got real
average of
active.
3 each. The Winkle family loves to get down.
And your husband died inside you. That's wow. You really were going until the end,
never
huh?
stops. When
Hey,
you get
till
older,
death.
you got nothing to do but just keep on porking. Am I right, ladies?
Well, lady.
Yeah.
I can't see
that's
that
right.
well from here.
Yep. I just I would just ask that you just be mindful of the speed, and maybe just get a checkup with your GP, and just make sure that everything's all up to code for yourself.
They're all quacks.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Tell me what to do with my life.
Right.
Young whippersnapper.
Just keep in mind it's very important that you can see everything that's going on around you on the road.
You think just because your tits aren't facing your knees, you can tell me what to do?
No, I think mostly because I'm a deputy that I can tell you what to do, but I'm not going to force that on you. I'm just going to
big dicking an old woman. And that's going to be I can't wait to tell everybody about what's your badge number?
02?
Oh, I'm going to be speaking to your superior.
All right. All right.
Okie dokie. I'm free to go.
As soon as my lights are off, you are free to go, ma'am.
Oh, understood.
Yeah. Drive safe.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a great day, Nanda.
Why'd I have to get the old lady? Why'd I have to get the old lady?
Nice.
Let dispatch know that it's code 4.
Dispatch to 38 is code 4. I'm back 10-8. Sorry.
No, you're not back 10-8.
Yeah, you're never back 10-8.
Back in service.
Back in service.
Back.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm back in service. Back in service.
That was good. Swap again.
I just want to say you were doing some crazy witchcraft when I was chasing you, and it was throwing me off a lot. There was a lot happening.
Aggressively T-posing.
Yeah, I was seeing some shit.
Yeah.
Blaine County Sheriff's Office. Pull over the vehicle. Holy
What?
shit!
Oh my god.
Damn, she landed it.
That was kind of wicked. But illegal.
Oh, 6. Attempt to catch up to a blue color Astron westbound for Sancudo.
You might also say why you're chasing it. You say something like fleeing from a traffic stop or evading high speeds, etc.
Blue color Astron, continuing westbound. Vehicle was driving recklessly inside of Fort Sancudo doing cool jumps and shit. It is coming to a stop, eastbound, Fort Sancudo. Dispatch, 02, or 06, correction. 22, they're taking off again. Engine off, window fucking down! Please turn off the vehicle.
Jesus, you're really gonna talk to me like that?
So aggressive.
Engine off, madam. Please and thank you.
Helen's so into this shit, dude.
Engine off, ma'am. I can still see the lights are on. Ma'am, engine off.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ma'am, you're not too smart, ma'am. I can see clearly the lights are on.
Wow.
Ma'am, turn off the vehicle. Dispatch 061038 eastbound with a blue color Astron. Marked by one time by a suspect that is refusing to turn off their blue color Astron. Can I get some 77s?
This is dispatch. There's no 77s available. You're on your own. And if you don't do this traffic stop, you're fired.
I don't know why you're telling me that.
Oh my god.
Ma'am, I'm gonna ask you to turn off the damn car, okay?
I don't want to do that.
That is a lawful order. Now I'm gonna get your father down here if you're not gonna act up, Missy.
You're gonna get what?
I'm gonna get your dada down here.
Who?
Your dad?
Your father.
Your dad?
My father?
Yeah.
My father? You mean my father, the sheriff of the Blaine County Sheriff's Office?
Sheriff McNulty doesn't have any children. I'm the closest thing he has to a
Sheriff,
child.
Sheriff Pennifer. This is Jennifer Pennifer.
There's no Sheriff Pennifer.
Sheriff Pennifer.
No, there isn't any
This
Pennifer.
is dispatch. Sheriff Pennifer is very real and is currently the sheriff of the Blaine County Sheriff's Office, in case anybody forgot.
Affirmative. I haven't been on duty in about 3 fucking years, so that makes sense.
Yeah, he's a well-respected sheriff. Sheriff Pennifer has been a very well-respected man for many years. Really weird that you don't know.
That's so weird.
I swear to God, I'll get my dad, Sheriff Pennifer, over here.
Miss Pennifer, listen. Hey! Back of the car, Moocha.
The vehicle's taking off eastbound. Eastbound, merging northbound. So you got eyes on it. BCB is behind one of the main hangars in Fort Sancudo.
Man, this Pennifer lady is crazy. Helen's enjoying this too much, I think.
Behind hangar 1, Fort Sancudo. Hangar 1 is code 4, seeing code 6 eastbound.
Oh my god, I see it behind you.
My god, it's behind you.
Guys on the Astron.
Oh! I think that actually hurt.
1050 to me, being southbound.
We're being
Eastbound.
pitted.
Passing the Aerohex hangar, approaching towards the parking lot of Sancudo. Left northbound. Left westbound. Continue westbound. Left southbound from Eric's hangar. Right westbound. You're right northbound. You can turn facing southbound, approaching runway. This one's stop. This was out of the vehicle. Looked like she's trying to repair a car.
Alright, ma'am, I've had it about 10 high with you. I'm gonna ask you to put your hands in the goddamn air.
Excuse me?
I don't care if your father's the sheriff or anything. You've been resisting.
Jennifer Pennifer, and I get to do whatever I want.
Miss Jennifer, listen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to get away from the vehicle, okay, and put your hands in the air. At this time, you're being under arrest for reckless evading,
My
okay?
vehicle is like clearly in a bad state. Okay, it's like in a super rough spot. So if I don't fix it, it's actually like
Ma'am, I understand that, but I do have a taser in my hand. I will tase
You're
you
gonna like cut me
unless
off
you
while
get
I'm
away from the vehicle.
talking, like, just because I'm a woman?
Ma'am, one
Okay,
last warning.
sorry,
Get
like, are
away.
you even listen?
Ma'am, one last warning. Get
Listen
away.
to me. Sir,
Last
listen
warning.
to me.
I'll be placing cuffs on you, ma'am. Do not resist.
What the hell? You're gonna tase me? I'm Jennifer
100%, ma'am. Ma'am, now face away from me, otherwise I'm gonna attack you to the ground.
Okay, fine. I'll do the traffic stop. Oh my god.
Ma'am, exit the vehicle.
No, do your fucking traffic stop. What do you want?
Unfortunately, the traffic stop's kind of I had at the moment, considering you did not want to listen to my orders previously.
Wait, 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Let me call my pops.
No, ma'am. Get out of the vehicle, miss.
No, just give me 1 second. Just give me
Miss,
1
I'm gonna
second.
pull you out of the vehicle.
No,
unless
just
you
give
knock
me
it
1
out.
second. Hey,
Get out of the damn vehicle!
And then is that thanks, God. Thanks, appreciate it. Hey, thank you so much.
Do
Love
not
you,
put your
Sheriff
damn hands on me!
Jennifer.
This is dispatch to the 1038 in Zancudo.
Yeah.
Ow!
Hands behind
Oh
your
my
back,
god,
miss.
what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
Dispatch to 1038 in Zancudo.
What the hell? What the hell are you doing?
Dealing with the suspect resisting.
We've got important information from Sheriff Pennifer. Apparently his daughter just called him and said that she's trying to do a traffic stop and they're abusing her. What's going on over there, dispatch?
She's been disobeying orders multiple times.
The sheriff said to let her go and just do the initial traffic stop. So we're gonna need you to stop harassing Miss Jennifer.
A firm. I will follow orders.
Oh my god. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Ma'am, get back in your vehicle. Ma'am, get back in your gosh darn vehicle, miss.
Oh my god. Okay.
Alright, thank you. Just keep the engine off, alright? I gotta reposition my vehicle, alright? Ma'am, get back in the goddamn vehicle. That's how you get out.
Fixing the smug. The smug's getting in my eyes.
Ma'am.
I'm just fixing it up. I'm not gonna go anywhere.
Whose fault is that is smoking?
I don't know. It's just some guy, and I was like driving behind him, and he was yelling out code 6, and I was like, "That's crazy. I'm right behind you. It's actually crazy." And then I don't know. And then he just stopped moving all of a sudden, and he was like, "Oh, there she is!" And I just like slammed into the back of him. It's crazy. Like when my boyfriend slid into the back of your mom last night. Yeah, that's right. My boyfriend cheated on me with your mom. I'm really cut up about it.
It's not very nice. Well, ma'am, you're the reason why your vehicle's smoking like this. I hope you know that. It's no one else's fault. I know it's hard for you to understand, take any responsibility, considering that you decided to call your father the first time anything was happening to you.
I've never done anything wrong in my entire life, and my father, the sheriff, could tell you that.
All right, ma'am. Please get in the vehicle. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dispatch 06 1038 southbound Fort Zancudo alongside Eric Singer, occupied 1 time, Blue Coat Astron.
Well, hello, miss. This is.
She's taking off from the vehicle. Oh, no, she's going up 90 feet.
It's locked.
Ma'am, what did I say about getting on the vehicle and turning on and leaving? Ma'am, are you under any form of intoxication this evening?
Oh my god, no, I'm like so sobs. That's short for sober.
Well, miss, I would love to let you go and everything, but I need you to cooperate with me here.
I appreciate
Okay, no, didn't say you can leave.
Dispatch 06.
I thought I had the hard one. I thought I had the hard one.
I didn't say I'm letting you
said
go.
you
I
wanted
said
to
I
let
would
me
love
go.
to,
You like
but I
literally
can't-
just said
I
you're
can't at
letting
this
me.
moment.
You said you want to let me go, and you can do anything you want, big boy.
Nope, I'm not letting you go at this moment, miss.
Just let me go.
Please turn off the vehicle.
Just like let me go.
Ma'am, I can't let you go at this moment. Okay,
Oh my
you
god,
violated
you're
law. I'm
such a
trying to do my
fucking
job.
square. You're such a fucking square.
I'm
I bet you've
trying to
never
do
even
my
done
job.
coke.
I'm
I
trying
bet
to do my
nobody
job.
wants to give you a bump at a party, huh? And see how they're gonna get a badge. Like, act like you have a big dick.
It's not very nice of you, miss. I'm just trying to do my job here. I hope you understand.
It's not right because it's true, you fucking loser.
Can you turn off the vehicle for me, ma'am?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dispatch resuming 1038 right outside. Air 1. Air Hangar 1, Blue Coat Astronaut.
Oh, where was I? This is Deputy Whitaker, Blaine County Sheriff's Office. Who am I speaking to today?
Jennifer Pennifer.
Jennifer? Okay, Jennifer, do you have a driver's license on you at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you, Miss Jennifer, for providing that. Do you have any clue at all why I am pulling you over at this time?
I can't even see you. It's so dark outside.
I know, it is getting pretty dark.
So dark. I don't even know if you're a real officer. What if I'm scared? What if I need to call my dad? You wouldn't want that, now would you?
Well, ma'am, you can see from my sheriff's deputy.
I can't see that. You never told me to put my windows down, and even if you did, I wouldn't have complied. I don't respect you, and I decided within the first 2 seconds that I will never respect you. So,
Well, Miss Jennifer, I'll tell you what you've been pulled over today. You've been doing some very reckless and negligent driving.
Excuse?
Yeah.
Sorry, ready to check? I didn't hear you.
10-2.
We're gonna be doing a 10-minute wrap up. So you got 10 minutes to wrap up your sessions, and then go back to channel 9.
Slay.
All right, Miss Jennifer. Well, you were riding very negligent around this airstrip. Is there any reason why you were doing that?
I can do whatever I want. My papa's the sheriff. You ever heard of him? Sheriff Pennifer?
Yeah, he's my boss.
Yeah. He's my dad. Dad Trump's boss, idiot.
That's good for you guys. That is so great for you. I'm glad you came out of the ball sack. I'm proud of you.
Stop talking about my papa's ball sack, you freak. Slut.
Right. Well, Miss Pennifer.
Asshole. You got nothing better to do? What is this, like a 10 board?
Miss Pennifer, turn off the vehicle.
You got nothing better to do than harass the
Miss
sheriff's
Pennifer, turn
daughter
off
just
the
because I'm
vehicle.
hot and famous and a socialite and I have
Miss
a million
Pennifer, turn off the
Instagram
vehicle.
followers?
Miss
You got
Pennifer, turn
nothing
off the
better
vehicle.
to do than harass
Miss Pennifer, turn
me?
off the gosh darn vehicle.
You got nothing better to do than harass me? I got
Miss
8
Pennifer,
parties I could be at right
Miss
now, and I'm
Pennifer,
here in a fucking
turn
traffic
off the
stop
vehicle.
with Officer Butthole
Miss
and his
Pennifer, turn off the vehicle.
girlfriend, white hair old lady woman.
She has a name,
With a
okay?
mask on. It's weird. Why are you hiding your face? What are you scared of, pussy?
Nothing.
Miss Pennifer, turn off the vehicle.
What is it, like your first day or something? This could die.
Miss Pennifer, turn off the vehicle.
I don't have to do that. I don't have to do anything. My dad's a sheriff.
As a peace officer, I am giving you a direct order to turn off your vehicle. I am higher authority than you.
So that's why I wear a mask.
God.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why she wears a mask.
Exactly why I wear a mask.
Sorry.
How many parties you been to? Do you have COVID?
No. Oh my god. I literally never get sick because I've never done anything wrong in my entire life.
Miss Pennifer,
No.
can you turn off the vehicle for me? And we'll
Oh my god.
We'll be
You're
ready
so
to go.
boring
Okay.
and
All right,
demanding
amazing.
and not
Thank you so
sexy,
much.
Like at all.
All right, just talk to my fellow deputy across from me, and I will be back with the information as soon as possible.
What's it like growing up with your dad? What's he like?
He's awesome. I never get in trouble. If this guy gives me a ticket, he's gonna get fired on the inst. That's short for instant.
Oh, thank you. I don't know a lot of the new lingo.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you.
Don't look like you know what's cool.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey, welcome back, Miss Pennifer.
Hey. Sorry about that. My car just has like it's a Tesla. It's kind of mind possessed sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Oh God. Okay.
Thank you for turning off the vehicle, Miss Pepper.
Chad, you want to know what's going through V's mind right now? If anyone,
let me talk to you at the window
did
real
this,
fast,
she
okay?
would put a bullet in them so
Let me
fast.
talk to the window real fast, okay?
Yeah.
All right, Miss Pepper. At this time, you're gonna be free to go from this traffic stop. Your daddy got you out of this one, but can't get you out of everything.
That had me roll the windows down. You didn't see when I pulled a weapon. I got tinted as fuck windows. That's crazy. Could have killed your ass just then. Good thing my
Miss
dad's a
Pepper, you be
sheriff.
free to go, okay? At this time, when my lights are off.
I'm afraid of you, fucking pussy. That's crazy. My dad will never respect you.
Good job, guys. Riker, do you have any feedback for the recruits?
A couple of things, not necessarily just about the traffic stop.
Whenever your partner is deploying a taser, literally this is for any situation ever. If your partner is deploying a taser, you always have your lethal in your hand, because if that person that you're tasing and trying to place into cuffs realizes that they're now being placed into cuffs, they very well may just, in a split second, pull a gun. It literally happens in the blink of an eye, and you need to be ready. If you don't have your gun in your hand, you're both dead. So if a taser is being deployed, you have your lethal out. Hopefully you don't have to use it, but just do it. The other thing as well is when he was going for cuffs, dispatch was asking for an update on radio. This is the perfect opportunity for your partner again to be doing communications for you. So you'd be saying on the radio, he's being tased, being placed in the cuffs, he's resisting. We're telling dispatch and all the other officers that are responding what's happening while your partner is busy trying to place them in cuffs, because they can't do it. If you try and use your radio when you're placing someone in cuffs, you can't, because, cuffs take two hands. So that's kind of your role as the secondary person on scene to back up your partner in case lethal is needed, and also communicate with every other officer and dispatch. Because scenes can happen and change in the blink of an eye, and we need updated information all the time.
Yeah. I was just having to give you a hard time because you guys both did fine. You didn't really need any more practice. You're gonna learn more stuff like what Riker's saying. When
Man, Jennifer Pennifer is kind of a bitch.
Yeah, she's like totes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so totes.
You're just lucky you didn't meet Theodosia Mullins.
What? Who's that?
You don't meet her if you do foot pursuits with me. Good job though. We're gonna go ahead and go back to the group, and then everybody's gonna get a break, and then we're gonna do some other stuff, and then we're gonna be done.
Yeah, sounds good. Woo.
Yeah.
I should have accepted candy from the grandma. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it was just bad luck for not doing that.
27. God damn right.
27's like the year you start getting hangovers really bad.
I know that's right.
Radio check.
10-2.
10-2.
My mama gave me beer in my.
You really had the hard one, huh? He got the hardest
The hell
one.
does that mean?
Throw shit like he's a monkey?
What?
You fling your feces?
Oh,
No, I don't fling my feces.
Why not?
Have you guys heard of a video game called Duke Nukem Forever?
No.
The hell is that?
In the
I'm too
video
young for that one.
You used to be able to pick up shit and throw it at fucking monsters, and it would hurt them.
If it worked, I'd do it.
Yep, sounds about right. That makes sense. guys never heard of Duke Nukem Forever? That was a fucking baller game.
Stupid
No.
game.
No, it was a great game. Just go look up the trailer for it.
Chat, there's screenshots being posted in a Discord that I have for like game nights with RRH that I made yesterday. Screenshots being posted from the drag race, and it looks so good. I'm so sad I'm missing out on it.
Radio check?
10-2.
You guys are on break for 13 minutes until 20 after. Please get up and stretch. Go do some yoga in the hangar. Grab some water. Take a piss.
Yep.
Take a nap real fast.
Remember, there's food in the little box back here.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting you to get in.
Yeah, I want to like do more stuff with RRH as a whole. These weigh so much.
I'm gonna think about stretching and just do some yoga over here and get really into it. So try not to leave me for like 10 minutes.
You're good, Helen. Take your time.
Yeah, I think I really missed out on, you know, because Osiris has a Discord that they do like game nights and stuff. I feel like I really missed out on bonding more with the people that I was role playing with in the gang, so that, you know, even if I wasn't around or something, you know, they'd feel more comfortable. And it's just like a reminder that everything that happens in roleplay is just roleplay, you know? So I think sometimes it can get lost and people can get, you know, really demoralized being around a person when there's like in character strife. And I don't want people to think that I don't like them if I don't like a decision that they make in RP, you know? I feel like I didn't do a very good job of that the last round of people that I had in the gang, so I kind of wanna do better and hang out with everybody and like get to know them out of character and stuff, so that the bond feels a little bit tighter in character. Plus, I'm trying to like on a personal level, I'm trying to get used to doing things with people outside of RP because, not to like TMI everybody, but my ex like was an asshole, and I don't mean Gav, because Gav and I split like 2 years ago. It's been almost 2 years now. Like a year and a half since Gav and I split, something like that. I don't know. It's been a while. But I had an ex. I think I briefly talked about them in my Discord, just like really briefly, but they were not nice. And a couple of times that I played games with Middle Ditch, and played games with, did like my raids and stuff, they were really not nice about it. They like accused me of having more fun with other people than them, and cheating on them because I was playing games with Middle Ditch, and it was not a good experience. So from that, I started like not doing stuff with people anymore. Whenever I get offers all the time to do stuff, like play games with other people, but I have panic. So whenever I do play games with people, it's not for very long unless it's Beetle, because it was rough on me. So I'm trying to get to a place where I can do stuff with people other than Beetle and not feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack over it. But yeah, I kind of want to just start doing stuff with people outside of RP again. You know? Yeah, all I really have to say about that is your self-worth, chat, it should never be determined by another person. How you feel about yourself, you should never let someone else tell you who you are as a person. Never let them tell you that you're a cheater or a piece of shit or a liar or anything like that. And if they are doing that, you cut them out, because if you let it go on too long, it'll fuck you up. and that's not good. It's harder to recover from something like that if you let it last a lot longer. Yeah, I'm lucky enough that I have like support from people that were there throughout that, and like are helping me outside of that to be more okay with doing stuff and more okay with me. But yeah, I just wanna do what I want to do now instead of being scared of it, you know?
Can everybody run around with the CPPIs, get them set up for the high-risk stop example?
Yeah, we're bringing it back in. We're testing something out.
Chad Duvall is wearing a shirt at this freaking drag race that isn't in the city, and I fucking want it so bad. I want it so fucking bad, chat. Whew. I hope that it comes out with the update because it is so nice.
You're lucky you didn't have to deal with Jennifer.
Yeah, I thought the old lady was bad. Jennifer was the worst.
I was dealing with the Valley Girl. That's like the worst thing in the world.
And then we're gonna break them up into new groups of 2, 3 groups.
I
of
got
2,
shown a
and
fake
we're going
ID.
to do book
I'm
Oh.
gonna show you guys.
Of Cassie Miller.
Oh.
I help whoever gets assigned.
Oh.
Oh, that's strange.
Look at that.
Sorry, I just said.
Look at
God
that
help
fucking
whoever
top,
gets assigned
chat.
to go with me.
Okay.
I put all my stuff in the trunk. I'm like,
Look at that shit.
Feeling ready, sir? Also
I
volunteer
want
for
it, man.
sure.
Whew. Whew. So nice.
Do what? Oh,
I'm gonna run to the restroom in the hangar.
Fucking high risk stops.
yo,
Hey, Deke.
yo.
Hey,
Everybody hear me?
Hello.
Cadets?
how's it going?
Yes.
Hearing
Hello.
you.
You get some
Alright, you got
bubble
2
gum yet?
minutes. Alright.
Say again?
You
Is
get some
anyone
bubble gum
taking
yet?
2 minutes, or is everyone here?
Not yet.
Keys is still pissing. He's been pissing for
Alright,
solid 10
I'll wait
minutes.
for Keys.
Oh.
In case I haven't introduced myself, my name is Lieutenant Declan Crane. I don't normally look like this, obviously. This is my academy fit. Good to meet you. I like anime. I'm the main character, protagonist number 1. Writers love me. I get 3 sensu beans a day. You don't get any. Don't ask. Gargura is my Oshi, even if she graduated. RIP 07. I don't drive. Driving is cringe. I'm a passenger princess. If you want to learn how to parallel, or do good comms, or lead shootouts, or anything like that, or even do paperwork, I can be your guy. Court is cringe. Go to Helen for that, not me. Yeah, nice to meet you. Helen's great at court. She's a liar. She's bad at lying. Great at court.
Everyone's great at court, except the DOJ.
Jesus.
I
But
sense shade.
don't act with that attitude, please. You should act as if they're totally competent and reliable.
Especially to their
then,
faces.
You know, because then you will come off as sincere. Because you are being sincere. Because if you believe it, then that's the best form of acting. I'm going to teach you high-risk stops. The reason why I'm teaching you this is because, honestly, it's not really done as much anymore. So I, come from a time where they were done a lot more, so I'm going to teach them to you. They are very rare. You will almost never need to use them. In the very rare case that you do, I will teach you the proper way to do it. Does this guy have an extra bladder?
Do you want me to tackle him into his own urine?
Nah, he's fine. Anybody have any questions that hasn't been answered yet at Academy? Anything you wouldn't feel normally comfortable
Want me to
asking?
tackle him into
This is
his
one
own
of the
urine?
very few times where, you have the opportunity to ask questions that break the fourth wall or are confusing to you or have to do with fucking anything, mechanical.
There are
or
literally no stupid questions. Please
Yeah.
ask.
I don't care. I will answer anything. If you have any questions, now's the time.
Anyone? Any questions?
If not, let's go down the line, and I want everybody to tell me one thing they learned about traffic stops. Yay! Starting with Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker, what'd you learn about traffic stops?
Always, that's different from my academy, was tell people why you're pulling them over. You can't just not give the reason.
Slay, girl boss, pussy clean. Moonshine, what'd you learn?
Jennifer Pennifer is a bit. I learned that the passenger of the stop should also get out of the vehicle But,
Okay.
yeah. Yep.
So, girl boss, pussy queen, sapling. What did you learn?
Oh man, I learned everything. Traffic stops are
Jennifer
a
Bennifer
great
is a
time to learn and meet new people. Do great first impressions. Otherwise, you'll be called Hop Out Helen, for example. Do a bad job of it.
I'm not called Hop Out Helen because of a traffic stop. I'm
Rough.
called Hop Out Helen because I hopped out and domed Jay Hobbs in the head of class 2, pending lawsuit.
Nice.
I was not in the wrong, and I will maintain that until the day I die, no matter the
Slay.
result of the lawsuit. Riff, what you got?
Don't make a legal threat without being willing to back that shit
Yeah, it's in the
up.
crate. It's in the crate.
Absolutely. This is about to come up a lot. We're about to move into foot pursuits, and I'm going to talk about that a lot. If you warn someone you're going to do something, fucking do it. If criminals start identifying you as a cop who's going to say they're going to do something 50 times and not fucking follow through, they are never going to listen to you. If you are going to do something, say you are going to do it, maybe twice, and then fucking do it. Do not sit and warn them 50 fucking times.
I hope
There
I
has
get
to be a
do
line.
foot pursuits.
Otherwise, just
Last
keep your mouth
academy, I
shut.
took them on a 45-minute foot
Diva,
pursuit
what'd you
till one
learn?
of them cried.
Don't assume anything. Let them put their own foot in their mouth. Don't do it for them. Talk to people. They're human.
Okay. Sounds like there was some trauma on that group.
Let's just
Florida.
say if somebody's gonna make you put their foot in their mouth, you know, they gotta pay you or they gotta do it themselves, okay?
Oh, foot fetishes.
Right.
All right, you nasty fucks. Okay,
Florida.
here's the
Florida,
deal.
what'd you learn? Florida just joined us.
Oh yeah, Florida, what's up, brother?
Say something. If you say something, mean it. That's all I heard, pretty much.
No, from your traffic stops, buddy. Like from the previous
All the
segment.
traffic stops. I was just getting down like everything to say, like the dispatch and how to give them the ticket, how to speak to them.
Give us something you learned that's like a takeaway that's deeper than the process. So, for example, something somebody else said was, don't assume, ask questions first. Like, if you see them reaching, don't point your gun and point at their forehead. Like, did you have any takeaways like that? Like how to interact with people or anything?
I think just I don't know, to be honest. Just be friendly, I guess.
No,
So,
that's
and then-
be friendly is fine, dude.
Yeah.
Be friendly is actually, shocker, really hard for some people. So that's actually a decent takeaway. Be friendly. Be a fucking communicative human being. Dialogue, interact. And that is tough for some people.
All right. So, Lieutenant Duncan Crane, again, already introduced myself to you guys, and I met him in the locker room earlier. So, here's the deal. I'm going to be teaching you guys what's called a high-risk stop. It used to be referred to as a felony stop. This is used very sparingly these days. I can count, like, on probably 2 hands the number of times I've used it in the last, like, year or so. It's kind of archaic. The reason is that in the current economy, vehicles are very accessible. It is very, 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 very rare that as a police officer you will run into a 1060 vehicle these days. Almost always, if you are running into a 1060 vehicle, it is a boost, and they are already running from you as soon as you show up, within proximity of them. However, sometimes you may need to use a high-risk stop for other things, like, for example, if, you suspect that a person with an active warrant for an OIS is inside the vehicle. Now, normally, if you were to encounter them on the street, you would just immediately have your firearm ready and you would announce yourself as law enforcement, stop right there, you're under arrest, so-and-so, identify them by name. However, if they're in a car, you have to confirm who they are. And the only way to do that is to get them out of the car. The only way to do that safely is to do it in the way I'm going to teach you. So come over here. So, there are a number of police cruisers, CVPIs, Crown Victoria Police Interceptor is what CVPI stands for, in this fanned out formation behind this pale peach car, okay? Now, the reason for this formation is very, very simple. It has to do with crossfire, okay? So,
When this car is dangerous and there are multiple occupants and there are multiple officers, there's a lot of guns being pointed. The number one rule of a gun is, anyone? Anybody? What's the number one rule of a firearm?
Don't point it unless you're going to use it?
Don't point it at something unless you have the potential to, yes, use deadly force against that thing or person, correct? So, when you are pointing a gun, okay, we are pointing the gun because these suspects are potentially dangerous, right? And we are protecting our lives and the public. Now, when you arrive on the scene as a backup unit, as these guys to my left would be, the primary unit typically will either be this car to my left or this car to my right. Sometimes it depends, you know, what side of the street you're on, how much room there is, whatever. Either way, one person will be giving commands. That person will have their firearm out just like everyone else, and they will loudly announce, okay, in the following format. Oh, and when you do a felony stop or a high-risk stop, don't fucking count down. This isn't like some fucking, you know, I don't know, like synchronized fucking ice dancing or something. We all know what's going on here. There's 4 cop cars fanned out behind a car. You know, when you're in position, just get out and point your gun, okay? And let the person start talking. The primary on scene will direct commands to the vehicle. They will say, driver of the peach and color car, this is Lieutenant Declan Crane of the BCSO. I need you to turn the vehicle off, roll down the windows, do it now. So after each command, you are saying, do it now. You are using an authoritative tone. Driver of the peach and color car, I need you to take the keys and throw them out of the window. Do it now. Okay. Then you will say, now, driver of the peach and color car, and you'll order them, you know, out in whatever format you deem safest for the situation. This is obviously dynamic based on, again, the angle, the size of the street, if you have impediments, if you can visually identify how many people, what seats, what configuration, etc. For the sake of argument, I'm just going to do the driver. You say, driver, I need you to exit the vehicle and face away from me. Do it now. Driver, I need you to put your hands up. Do it now. Driver, looking through your eyes, I want you to back up towards the sound of my voice. Do it now. Back, stop. Driver, stop. Driver, I'm detaining you at this time. Okay, at this point, depending on the number of units you have available, and obviously this is just, again, common sense dynamics, you will either then move this person and seat them in the back of your car as primary, or your, you know, person to your right may take them back. You can instruct someone to take them, whatever. As long as you get this person behind you in cuffs and in custody, then you move on to the next person, okay? Now, I'm typically going to seat them. I'm just not going to waste the time to do it right now because it's going to delay all your fucking experience. So we're going to do the same thing. You know, you're going to go one by one. You're going to get each person out of the car and in custody in the same way that I just did it. Same exact process, same commands. Out of the car, one at a time, looking through your eyes, hands up, facing away from me, backing up to the sound of my voice, or you can direct them to back up to, like, say, you know, the officer to my left, you know, whatever it is, right? Now, once the identifiable individuals are out of the car and in custody, okay, now we are going to do a further inspection of the vehicle. The reason for this is there could be someone in the trunk. There could be someone with a tinted back window sitting in the back seat, crouching their head down between their legs. You never know, all right? God forbid, there could be someone laying in the floorboards, okay? It's not likely to happen, but it could.
Crazy.
So, what we're going to do then is, once you have identified that all the identifiable people from a distance are out of the car,
You're going to then order the units to proceed with approaching the vehicle. Now, common sense, this doesn't need to be dictated, okay? But the common sense is to preserve the lack of crossfire. The units are going to move, right, in this clockwise direction to get an angle on the car. Again, depending on the number of units you have, this may or may not be necessary. In this case, okay, we're going to have the unit who's the furthest up to the west over there, okay? Now, he's going to slowly approach and clear the driver's side of the car, and then he's going to announce when it's clear, if it's clear.
Cabin is clear.
Okay, so now I'm going to take the position where my passenger would have been. So now at this point, again, watching your crossfire, so like Helen and Rain will be training their guns like on this back seat area right here and this area right here while he's holding the main like driver and front passenger seats. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to approach as the furthest person outside of that crossfire, and I'm going to say in position for trunk. Then the person who's holding the cabin will get into the car and then say, okay, ready to pop trunk, and then go ahead, open trunk, and then I will say, okay, trunk clear, and then the primary on scene will say vehicle clear. So again, the purpose of this is to ensure that as safely as possible, with as much coverage, as many guns as possible on potential suspect targets, whether hidden or identifiable, and you get each person out of the car in a safe and controlled manner. Now, finally, there is one little mechanical thing that I need to kind of explain that's a nitpicky thing that Helen and Rain were somewhat identifying and demonstrating. Can you get out of the driver's seat, please? So, when you get out of a car like this, part of the reason why the cars are fanned out at these angles, and part of the reason why the pursuit angle exists, has to do with coverage of yourself. So me as the driver, I'm in the pursuit angle of the primary car, meaning as you learned on your traffic stops, the car is pointing at this sort of off angle, right? Now, part of the reason for this is, if you look at where I'm standing when I get out as the driver of a primary car, if I'm solo, if the peach car pulls out guns and turns around and tries to shoot me, I have the entire engine block as cover, okay, based on the angle that's created here. Now, obviously, my head's in the way, and obviously, you know, I might need to hit the deck. The point is there's at least cover on this angle from wheel to ground, right, to engine block, okay, moving forward. If you look at Helen, Helen has no angle of cover, okay? If she gets out, she's just standing there exposed. So you'll notice that her door is open. This is extremely important. So when you get out of the car, see how I closed my door when I got out, right? So if you get out of the car while preparing to aim down the iron sights or red dot of your pistol, you will no longer, you know, close the door on yourself. So that is a very important part of this and something you should get into muscle memory about, especially in shootouts. Let me give you like, and again, this is again related to high risk stops, but as another example, you know, when you get out as the passenger, if you are getting out and you are in the position where you don't have cover, some people might give you grief because they're like, what are you so aggro for? Protect your life. Don't care about them giving you grief, okay? Use the door, use the cover. Anyone have any questions about high-risk stops?
I just want to reiterate, you're going to use these very rarely. I think I've done 3 in the past year, and they have almost all been for people that we had suspected were fleeing from like gang fights or really aggressive warrants, but did not quite have the PC to confirm or open fire. It's very, very rare that this will happen, and you will have people calling out on scene instructions when you do them.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, this is a relic. But sometimes it happens, and you don't want to be the bozo who does like a really bad crossfire or does some dumb shit, okay?
Also,
so think about the priority, which is keeping everyone safe and not pointing guns at each other.
I'm gonna tell you right now in shift 2, you're gonna have a lot of clowns, neon circus, and sewer rats. Those are 3 separate gangs comprised of clowns that we have abundant in shift 2. They love to hide in trunks and jump out and hit you with a molly, so clearing trunks is going to be very important. When you are clearing the trunk of any, vehicle that you presume
Sewer
might
rats.
have, could any
Fucking Wayne.
possibly have a fleeing suspect in it, please make sure you've got someone holding lethal, because I have seen people get jumped out on in a Molotov thrown at them by someone in a trunk before they had time to pull lethal. Does anybody have any questions about high-risk stops for Crane or me or anything else that we've covered so far?
So the 2 units at the edge, those are the 2 that go and inspect the vehicle, where the 2 in the middle here, those would be just trained on with their weapons.
Don't worry about particulars. It is self-explanatory if you think about the principles that I've been espousing to you, okay? Because it's going to be dynamic. It's going to change based on the number of units you have, what side of the street you're on, how much room you have, where the positioning of the cars is. Just remember, okay? The person who is on the perimeter and therefore is not walking into a crossfire by crossing other people's lines of fire to get to the point of clearing the cabin, that's the person who's clearing the cabin. The person who's clearing the trunk is the person who, again, is not crossing anyone's line of crossfire to get to an angle where they can clear the trunk.
To answer your question in a different way as well, if this helps, in a perfectly controlled environment where you have this exact setup, yes, but sometimes you're doing felony stops in an alley where you literally cannot even have 2 CVPIs next to each other. You've got to adapt and figure it out from there. You might have, 3 people behind them and someone might have to come from the other direction, be around a corner. You'll adapt in the situation. Just remember the concept of crossfire and make sure your gun should never be pointing at another officer. If someone is crossing your field of vision while you are aiming your weapon, you should stop aiming it. You do not want to risk harming an officer.
I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. You're not gonna be leading even your first 5 high-risk stops. Okay. Just listen and follow directions, and don't walk into crossfire, and don't point your gun at other cops. If you accomplish that and you listen and follow directions, you'll be fine. Don't stress it. We're showing you this so you understand what it feels like. We're not showing you this because you need to know perfectly how to lead it.
Yeah, we just want you to know the general concept of what people are going for if they say they're initiating a high-risk stop. Does everybody feel like they've gotten at least a general idea of it?
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. These are usually pretty stressful situations. You will almost always have a command member running a high-risk stop.
Yeah.
We are going to move into foot pursuits. And I'm going to tell you guys a bit about foot pursuit SOPs, but for the most part, you're going to be broken up into new groups, and you're going to learn these with your individual FTOs. Those groups are Riff and Sapling, you're going to be with Rain and Aphrodite. Florida and Diva, you're going to be with Bruce and Jonah. Moonshine and Jawbreaker, you're going to be with Crane and Snoopy. I'm going to be jumping around between the various groups. One of your FTOs will be the criminal you're pursuing. One will be focusing on teaching. Jonah and Snoopy, I want you guys to focus on teaching. And then Rain and Aphrodite, you guys can decide amongst yourselves whatever you prefer to do, or you can swap off. That means Crane and Bruce, you're gonna be criminals. Give them hell. Foot pursuits tend to be really fucking hectic. The general rule for a foot pursuit is 2 cops to each suspect. If you are pursuing someone alone on foot, you will always have your lethal in hand. It takes 2 seconds for that criminal to run around a corner and pull a gun while you're not looking and open fire on you. You always want to be prepared for that if you are alone on a foot pursuit. And that includes if you had 2 people on a foot pursuit and you lost the guy behind you somewhere along the way, put your taser away. It's fine. Pull your lethal. Always prioritize protecting yourself. Ideally, you've got 2 people. The person in front is going to have the taser, and the person behind them is going to be holding their lethal. They'll announce when they pull lethal, hey, got your lethal, letting the person in the front know, okay, I can put my lethal away, I can pull my taser. Generally, we do not tase people until they have broken cuffs at least once. That is not necessarily always true. There are obviously extenuating circumstances, things happen. But in general, on a stock foot pursuit, you are not going to tase them until they have broken cuffs at least once. We do not want multiple people with tasers tasing any one suspect. We don't want people to get spam tased. If you tase someone and it seems like they are just standing there and they are not being tased, wait until they are being tased to proceed. It will take about 3 seconds sometimes. Usually only happens after they've been tased once and they're getting tased again. It's just their nervous system resetting. Just wait a moment. It's really not that awkward. Yes, they will start bitching immediately. They will start bitching immediately. Just ignore it. You are waiting. You are doing what you need to do. They will use that as an excuse to try to call you a W cop or whatever. It's just how shit works. Once they are being tased, you can proceed with attempting to cuff them, pursuing them, etc. Foot pursuits have one of my major pet peeves. Which is that there is something that we know that is kind of weird that makes no fucking sense, which is that if someone is cuffed 4 times, they are instantly cuffed. They can no longer resist cuffs. You latch them on stronger because you're sick of trying to cuff this guy. Never, ever will you acknowledge, oh, I've already cuffed them 3 times. I only need to cuff them 1 more time. You will not, you should not be counting. You should not be announcing it. You should not be acknowledging it at all, that it is the last time you're going to cuff someone. It makes no fucking sense. Who are you to say they're not stronger than you and could resist cuffs 20 times if they wanted to? We don't know that. In a similar vein to that, I never want to hear people saying, oh, well, we've got 6 people in custody, so we know we're good. We can roll out. You do not know that. You do not know if there is someone else waiting in the wings. There is no 6 rule in
Don't
life.
make it weird.
Please do not
Don't
say,
make it
oh, there
fucking
could be 2 more
weird.
suspects. We've only got 4, unless you are talking about suspects you have already seen on scene. You should not just assume that you are looking for 6 suspects. You should not feel safe if you have 6 suspects. There are also times where, guys, shit happens, and sometimes people fuck up, and there ends up being 7 suspects. And it's not cute when it happens, but it has happened, and that's why you shouldn't fucking assume. I never want to hear shit like that, okay? Always keep in mind what makes sense. And also, what comes into play here a lot on foot pursuits is our job as cops in this city. We are not always here to win. Okay, we are here to respond to the force that they are showing. We want to be 1 step above. If they are punching cops, we will be, tasing them, beating them down with a baton. We will not shoot someone who is punching cops. If they're hitting cops with wrenches, knuckle dusters, whatever, yes, you are stepping up to lethal force. Do not jump to shooting people unless they are giving you a reason to respond in that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great. Does anybody have any general questions? No, Aphrodite, no, I know. Anybody have any general questions about foot pursuits? 2 to a pursuit, taser in front, lethal in the back. You will usually have a mobile unit with you. For the purposes of this exercise, since you're in groups of 2, your FTO in the vehicle that is focusing on teaching will be your mobile unit. The mobile unit will sometimes give comms. In this case, we're going to have the secondary give comms. So the primary person in the foot pursuit with the taser will be focusing on trying to apprehend that criminal. Secondary will be holding lethal and giving comms to dispatch. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. What I don't want to see is blip watching. Criminals don't have blips, so don't do any of that. If you get lost, you can ask for Air 1 comms, and your FTO can blip watch them for you and give you quote-unquote Air 1 comms. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
Sounds good. Your FTOs are going to teach you more in your individual groups, and then we're going to come back and share with everybody. Have fun. Your FTOs are going to give you hell. Yes, you can tase your FTOs. We've already put foam on your batons. You should not need to beat down your FTOs today, so please focus on your taser.
Listen, if they make me beat them down, I'm beating them down. I'm gonna do it.
Actually hurt your FTOs. Do not shoot your FTOs with a real gun. I need you to identify and respond that you hear me when I am saying do not shoot your FTOs with a
Do
real
not
gun.
shoot your
I'm
FTOs
not
with
gonna
a
do it.
real gun.
We
Even
could
if I
put
want
guns
to.
in their backpack.
I will not do it. I might
Thank
think
you
about it
so
though.
No,
much.
they should get used to knowing where their gun
Same.
is. Now's the time to fuck that up.
Gun.
Yes, you can pull your lethal if you feel
Gun.
like you have the PC to shoot your suspect, and your suspect is your FTO, and we're not actually going to hurt them. You will yell bang
Bang,
bang
bang,
bang. You will yell bang bang bang, and they will respond appropriately. They
Forget
could also
Airsoft.
bang 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 you if you get bang bang banged by a criminal. Go down, okay, and figure it out. I don't know. Have fun.
This is like cops and robbers.
Yeah. Spread out. Get with your groups. Again, the groups are Riff and Sapling with Rain and Aphrodite, Florida and Diva with Bruce and Jonah, Moonshine and Jawbreaker with Crane and Snoopy.
Bruce.
Go and break up. Have a good time. FTOs, try to
Come
do
on, Candy, we get to run it back.
one fairly normal, and then
If
give
you
a
think
call
I was
after
bad,
that.
Crane's gonna be worse than I
I
am.
want the Riff and Sapling group on channel 8. I want Florida and Diva on channel 6, and Moonshine and Jawbreaker on 5.
Any questions?
All right, channel 5. Wait, did she say 5?
Yeah,
She
she said
did.
5.
Those are like, aren't those like doctor fucking channels and shit?
Doctor's 10.
Oh, okay.
PD Toast 7.
All right, sick. Cool. All right, so channel 5. I'm gonna tell you one more thing that I'm also gonna go over with the group after this, but I want to make sure I because I have you guys here. I'm gonna tell you it. Okay. This is super fucking important. Okay. So as she described, right? There's the whole like tasing thing that we don't talk about. We don't talk about it. We also don't take advantage of it. And what I mean by that is, look in your pocket right now. How many shots does your taser cartridge have?
3.
3.
Okay. What did she say about cuff breaking?
There's 4.
The fourth one is the instant one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is that, gosh, it's almost like it's designed so that when I tase someone 3 times, there's like a gap period where I have to reload my taser, right? Which might give them the opportunity to like get in a car or start a motorcycle or jump a fence or get in their friend's car, right? So the reason why we're limited to 1 taser per suspect, and also the reason why we don't reload our taser while we're in the middle of them breaking cuffs, is because that would be incredibly powerful, right? So just don't do that, because honestly, I don't want to have to deal with the high command issue of you getting, disciplined for essentially being powerful by reloading your taser mid, interaction.
Yeah.
Now, if they break cuffs and they're running away and you're on foot running after them, then fine, reload your taser. Do not be mashing that shit and reload it as they're fucking breaking, because then you're just power gaming, and honestly, you're probably gonna get banned. Okay. I'm gonna run and he's gonna give you comms.
Real quick on that.
Honestly, you're
When
gonna
on
get
your foot
banned.
pursuit too,
Okay.
just because you have to reload doesn't mean the person next to you should be tasing.
Correct. That's why it's 1 taser per suspect.
Yes.
Like
Why the one
this
taser?
is really important, and I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to like be a dick here, but I mean, I personally have dealt with 5 different instances of people going through discipline functions because of that issue. And to be frank with you, I will myself cause that to happen. It is something that is, and as Helen said, and as much as, bless her heart, she doesn't want to deal with it, in the moment, it is a core fundamental part of the foot bail process, and it is there for a reason, and we should not be circumventing it. Okay, final last thing before we sort of like resume scene here. Some people run faster than others. It just is what it is. I don't give a shit if you are the slowest person in the world. Run who you are, okay? If your personality is that you're slow and you're shit at running, it is what it is. That's who you are. I don't care. You could
I'm a
lose
track
every
star.
suspect and every foot bail. I'm fine with that.
I'm a track star.
That being said, I am just telling you ahead of time that some people
probably
run
am not a
faster than
track star
others,
as
and
much
if you're
here.
sick of people getting away from you, then maybe you need to get some training on your form, okay? All right, cool. So whenever he calls out the pursuit, be ready to start chasing and identify who's primary, who's secondary, and that'll dictate how you're going to handle who has taser, who has lethal, etc. And we'll go from there. And we'll stop and restart as needed.
Okay.
On you.
Oh, on me?
Yep.
How do you want to call me? How do you want me to call it? There's an active foot pursuit?
Yeah, just say, hey, you got a foot bail, blah, 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 blah.
All right, dispatch 365. We have an active foot bail currently at Zancudo. He's running eastbound. What do I want?
I'll take primary.
Alright, I've got your lethal.
Take over comms.
Currently going northbound. North Zancudo.
He's a track star. He's the track star. Oh god.
Alright, update the comm.
Going up the stairs onto a roof. Continuing up the stairs.
All right, let's reset.
Like lost
gone,
track
by
of
the way.
him.
Let's reset. Come back down. The first thing I teach every academy on every foot bail, and this exact reason for the reason. Okay, so when you are doubled up on a foot bail, number one thing is keeping eyes on the suspect, correct? Now, let's think about what just happened there. Both of you, you know, Rip Roaring and Eager, chased up behind me on those stairs. The problem with that is that when I go sprinting up the stairs, your view, if you're even a step behind me, once I cross over this first turn and get under this solid panel, is now obfuscated. So I'm going to show you what happened and how you counter it properly. So Moonbeam, you're going to chase me. Sorry, I don't remember your nickname.
Moonshine. It's close. Close enough.
Moonshine, and yours?
Jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker. Why Jawbreaker?
Because her name's Candy.
Candy.
Ah, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, what the? Your jaw's not thick. Like, I couldn't. Okay. Moonshine, is that hair color? Are we doing like a Luna moon theme? Like, what's that one about?
My hair just grows out this color.
And is that the nickname?
No, Helen just gave me Moonshine as a nickname, and I thought it sounded cool. Because apparently there's too many V's and too many Vivs and stuff, and I'm just, it's whatever.
Her last name's
All right.
Stillwater.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Cool. Okay, so Moonshine, you're gonna follow me. Jawbreaker, what you're gonna do is, what you should do as a secondary, anytime someone goes up a ladder or goes upstairs, is you're not gonna follow immediately, but you're gonna stay just enough behind that you can keep a vantage point, and you're gonna hold that lethal, right? Because let's say, for example, I run up to the stairs around the corner and pull a gun, you're ready to shoot me, right? Or if I go up a ladder and then I turn around and I pick her up over my shoulder as soon as she climbs the ladder, again, you're ready to shoot me. So it keeps her safe and you keep eyes on the suspect. Now you're also going to see, Jawbreaker, what I did, okay?
Yeah.
So Moonshine, you're going to start right about here. Because that's the gap I had on you. I'm going to start right about here. Okay. So, go ahead and just count us down, Mr. Observer, and then we'll resume.
3, 2, 1. Active foot bail. Going up ladder. Check comms.
Jumped up onto a separate roof. Jumping down right now.
So immediately call the direction center, right? So that's all I did is literally just jumped on that roof, and because both of you were coming up the stairs behind me, you didn't see it, and you just kept going up the stairs. So that's number one. That's like something that's pretty basic on how people juke you on foot, especially the clowns in shift 2, like Chatterbox. It's just how it is. I broke my rule. I promised I wasn't gonna shift into like the fourth wall again, but I have to. This sucks that I have to explain this, but this is just the world we live in. I don't know if you're aware of this, but when you are running up an incline, or you're running up stairs, or you are, you know, doing anything where there's collision between you and the environment, right? You're fighting gravity. Looking through your eyes makes you go faster. So when people run upstairs and they gain giant leads on you, that's why. If you care to combat that by doing it yourself, so be it. If you care not to because you don't want to be sweaty like that, that's perfectly fine too. I don't give a shit. I'm just giving you the information to understand what's happening to you.
I have a genuine question.
Yeah.
If hypothetically you were continuing up the stairs, how long until Jawbreaker would follow? Because she would
So,
have like
as
a full
soon
view the
as-
entire time.
Yes. So as soon as basically I eclipsed that rooftop and the only position I could do was go further up, then I would follow.
Okay.
But if I identify that there's like another angle that you can take or an outcropping or something, then I'm probably going to try to keep visual just in case. Or in the sense of a ladder, you only go one at a time and the other person holds a gun from the low ground.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's resume.
And then, real quick, when you guys called the running this one, he went up to the stairs. When he went up to the staircase, I want you to call right as they go up the stairs. He's going up the staircase. And then Candy, when you're sitting back here, Jawbreaker, right as he jumps off onto the roof, you say, "Okay, jumped off to the roof on the second floor." Just give some kind of comm, so you know so the person pursuing knows where they're going.
All right, cool. Let's just restart it. Go again.
All right, active foot pursued, northbound on runway 1. Take comms.
Cutting through the grass, going south towards the fence. Taking a left, going eastbound. Now going northbound through the bush. Taking another left, coming through the same alleyway that he came through. Going west, another left, going south. Taking a left, currently BCB. I think.
Help! 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 Help!
Where are you?
Continue the football, I'll get her.
Okay.
It's all right. Yep. Let's continue.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Going east, taking a left, going northbound. Just gonna be jumping up or trying
Nice.
to jump up on the building.
Sir, stop! Stop running, please. Sir, stop! Stop running.
Give a comm.
So currently at the outside of the building, running circles.
Sir,
right
please
now.
stop running. Sir, stop running, or I'm gonna have to tackle you.
Each other.
Still in the same position, running around.
Sir, I will tackle you. Oh my god.
Trying
Tackled
to tackle
yourself.
me. Now going south, coming back to me.
He's so fast.
Sir, I will tackle you.
Okay, you've warned him enough. Tackle him.
Going northbound.
Why is he so fast?
Going up the stairs to the roof. Down, going south.
I do have tackle bound, but I don't want to like fuck it up because my ping is so
left.
stupid.
Currently VSP. Jumping up onto the crate. He's on the other side of the crate right now. VSP. Going north to the same position that he was in currently.
He's climbing a ladder.
I fell off the roof.
Update comms.
He's running southbound across the second story roof, heading for another ladder. Sir, stop running!
Currently climbing up the ladder. Keep an eye on him and have your leaf blow out.
Sir, stop running! I don't want to have to tackle you on a roof. It's dangerous and shit.
Primary stay calm now. There's no visual.
He jumped off onto a tiny side bit of a roof. He's currently running northbound across the top of the roof again. We're on the south side of the building. We're currently going westbound. He's on a tiny roof on top of the roof, and now we're back on the normal roof.
I have visual. He is climbing back up onto the roof. He's up there, jumping right down. Going north on the roof. Still currently making way over the roof. Going southbound. Jumping up onto the little ledge.
Oh, we're living life dangerously. Okay. Wait! Ugh.
Currently going southbound towards the street.
He's still southbound, running next to the building. He's gone left. He's westbound. I have no visual. Nope, still westbound. Oh, sorry, northbound. Still northbound. He's crossing one of the streets. He's running through the bushes. I think he's trying to confuse me. We're in the bushes still.
Currently going east. Is in a bush. Outside, out of said bush. Crossing back west. He's behind the rock over here.
Tackled him.
Going for cuffs.
Come on, guys, communicate what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm gonna teach you something right now that's gonna solve that problem, okay? There's a rule in baseball, okay, when there's a pop fly. It's called calling for the ball, right? So or in volleyball, for example. So when two people see a ball in the air that they want to go for, someone needs to be responsible for it. You need to communicate. By default, if you don't have time to communicate, the person who took the offensive action should be going for the ball. So if you tackle the person or you tase the person, by default, every officer is going to expect you to go for cuffs. If you know that you did the action, like the tackling or the tase, and you are unable to get in position to go for cuffs, ascertain that ahead of, like, as fast as possible and call out for someone by call sign or by name to go for cuffs. So if I tackle somebody and I realize I'm not going to be able to get them because of where they are, I might say, Snoopy, go for cuffs. Or if it's just the two of us, I might say, go for cuffs, you got it. Or go get them cuffed, you know, something, right? That'll solve that problem, because you tackled me and then you were both like unsure and kind of running in circles, and that allowed me to get up and run away. So think about whoever did the action by default is the one expected to cuff, otherwise it's calling the ball.
Also, Moonshine, on top of that, when Candy was VCB, you had your taser out. You need to have lethal out. Make sure you guys call when you're VCB and one of you can't see them so they can pull lethal.
Gotcha.
Carry comms.
We're on the rooftops, currently headed westbound. We're back onto the ground, headed northbound. He's climbing up onto a tiny little roof, trying to jump to a big roof, failing. Do you want me to keep up comms for this, or do you want to do it, Candy? I don't know if we're swapping or... Ah! He's grabbed onto me, and he's put me down. Sir, if you do that one more time, I'm gonna have to maybe beat your ass. I don't know.
Going up the
don't do
ladder.
that. What the
Don't
fuck?
touch me.
Going up the call right now. Jumping up to a roof. I'm gonna stay down here. He's jumping off onto the banister. Currently going eastbound.
All right, right now, Candy, your primary, you should be pulling less lethal until she catches up to you. So make sure you guys are communicating when you guys take primary and secondary and switch lethal. Talk to each other like your family.
I hate my family.
Biggest thing, honestly, is the person who's in secondary. You're, let's be real, doing the least. So you have the most opportunity to give comms. So you have the eyes, just like in a pursuit. So the other person's trying to go for tases or tackles. What you should be doing is reassuring them, I've got your lethal. And if you're in primary and you realize that you missed a tackle and the other person is now in primary, say, I got your lethal, so-and-so. Very simple. And they'll know then they can go for tases, shit like that.
Jawbreaker, I'm going to take your lethal. Heading up onto a roof, northbound. Well, trying
What the
to.
fuck? I did that like 4 times earlier and it worked. I don't know why it's not. Hey, is it only on this building? What the fuck? Hold on.
Heading northbound near the hangar.
And again, this is why we have mobile units, because I'm going to give you guys a little lesson here about, again, how things work. Go ahead and stop for a second. Look in your pockets for me and tell me right now.
Tell you
how
what?
much you have in your person by weight and how much you have in your backpack.
52 and 64.
74 and 9.
Okay, so what
Going for search.
I ditched everything except for a heavy rifle, my pistol, and all my magazines, and some IFAKs. So I'm significantly lighter than you. So not only am I abusing, my running form, I'm also lighter. And guess what? Criminals are often going to be lighter than you. Even when they have proceeds from some banks, some of that stuff is very, very light. And you, as an officer, always need to carry your full loadout, right? Of IFAKs, tourniquets, armor plates, camera, watch, blah, 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 flashlight, right? So just expect you might be slower than people. And this is why we use mobile units, right? So that's how, like, kind of the leapfrog effect. So the next phase of this is he's going to get in a car. And what he's going to do is he's going to start picking one of you up. When he does that, the primary will put away their taser, get out their lethal. The secondary will get in the car, and then he's going to leapfrog you in front of me. You're going to kind of hot drop deploy out of the car, and then that'll give
We're
you
hot
opportunities
dropping.
to either
Nice.
tase or tackle me. Does that make
Love
sense?
hot drops. They're my favorite.
All right, let's start doing that. He's going to get a car, and we're going to start going mobile once he's ready. Because I'll be honest with you, if I just ran in a straight line, I would get away from you guys right now. And that's just the reality of how things work sometimes. I'm running as fast as humanly possible, and I am very, very light. And you are not running as fast as possible.
I would probably keep my repair kits in the glove box of the car so that I don't have it carrying around with me.
Bad when
and I
it
probably
comes to
wouldn't carry
abusing this
around
shit.
so
There's
many
people worse than me
tourniquets
out
because
there
they
that even I hate
weigh
chasing,
way too
so
much and it pisses me off.
get
And then,
used to it.
well, I'd probably keep the same amount of bandages though because I fucking fall.
The other thing to tell you about how things work, sometimes when people look through their eyes and then juke around very quickly, it's nearly impossible for you to, like, track them and tackle them. Like I was just running in circles on you guys before.
It's only 6 kilos.
In that kind of
it's not
situation,
that bad.
best thing you can do
But
is
yeah, I should
stop
get rid of the
moving
cash.
and then either go for a tackle, like line it up and time it, or pull out your taser and then wait for them to run into your crosshair. All right, resume active foot bail on the guy in the stupid bunny ears.
Here it comes.
I'm taking your lethal. Going northbound through an alleyway.
Hop in, hop in, hop in.
Hopping in the car.
He's climbing a ladder.
He's going up to get out. Watch where he's going.
We're on the rooftop, currently headed eastbound. He's running around something on the roof. He's, oh my god, climbing on something dangerous. I fell. He jumped off the roof. Back on ground, currently headed southbound. Westbound, passing the hangar. He's headed into the hangar right now. Going eastbound, heading to the back. He's climbing the stairs.
Make sure you switch your weapons.
Yeah, my lethal. He's going southbound. Jumping off right now.
Tackle. I fucked my button.
Hey, guess what? If someone falls down like that, doing something stupid, either trying to tackle you and missing, or jumping off something tall and they end up prone like that, feel free to go for cuffs. That's their own damn fault.
Okay. Going northbound.
Oh, that was my bad.
He's climbing up onto this small roof. He's hopping over the wall. Currently going southbound, passing the hangar. Eastbound.
Hop in, hop in. Oh, maybe not, don't hop in, don't hop in. Oh, who turned?
Huh? Huh?
Miss Ever turned.
Going up
Okay, he's going up, okay.
He's still going all the way up the stairs. BCB? I think he jumped off and landed on the roof.
He jumped off, yeah.
I've got visual, southbound.
That's really good. See how you didn't lose that much distance because of the technique? Good job. It's all about keeping eyes, remember, because you're always going to have parallels and mobiles, right? So keeping eyes is the authoritative issue. Nice.
There you go.
Going for cuffs.
It's scuffed out, so just go for cuffs.
We can just say he or she went for cuffs and you resisted. It's fine.
Does that happen a lot?
Resisted.
No, that's pretty rare.
Okay.
When that happens, it's just sometimes the criminal will stop. I would say 1 out of 25 times, but otherwise they're just gonna take the freebie. It is what it is. Move on. It sucks.
I have less lethal. Taking a right, cutting through the road, going to the bushes.
All right, you guys
I have
tackled
no
him once.
visual.
Pursuit has gone a long time. What are you guys gonna say?
Sir, if you don't stop, we are going to tase you. He's going through the bushes. He's currently running eastbound. Sir, I will tell you one more time, if you do not stop running, you will be tased.
Yeah, whatever, bruh. Didn't ask. Don't care.
Can you go up the staircase again?
Sir, I will tase you.
Do you have your taser out?
I do, yeah.
Okay, I'll grab your lethal.
Currently going eastbound. Kind of the hangars. Going up a ladder. Running over the roof. Currently going northbound. Heading to the other side. Jumping down onto a lower roof. Jumping off of said roofs, now back on the ground. Going westbound.
Oh, that was sick.
Hop in, hop in.
So going westbound.
Holy shit.
Sorry!
Southbound towards the airstrip.
Alright, try it again.
I got this. I could totally... Well, now I can get out a lot easier, but... Everything I do is so much slower without my VPN on. It's actually stupid.
I have your lethal.
Where the frick is my taser?
Here's probably.
Currently eastbound. He's heading towards another ladder.
Alright, there's
Nice.
the adjustment. So if someone's smart enough to juke the side of the car that the passenger is on, and therefore your mobile doesn't really accomplish anything, start getting way in front of them and then letting the person out, creating a pincer, okay?
Took a left, is going northbound, currently VCB. Regain visual is going up the ladder. Sir, stop, please. I'm afraid of heights.
Don't come up here. You better not come up here. You're not gonna like it if you come up here.
Elpers, he
And
has
you're
me.
dead.
Catch her!
I don't know how to catch her!
Alright, we'll reset that. At that point, you're gonna have to sit there with lethal aimed up at the ladder because you can't climb up after him. If you don't have Air 1, you have no way of knowing if he's got a gun out or if he's aiming at you. And he's gonna run to the other side of the roof and climb down the other ladder that he knows there that you don't necessarily do. Ladder shenanigans is just how it is, okay? Here's the reality. At the top of the ladder, the person with the high ground dictates everything. There's a guy named James Randall who sometimes visits this city, who's a demented old man. One of his favorite pastimes used to be climbing to the top of very tall buildings, calling for EMS, saying he was scared, and then repeatedly carrying every single member of EMS and PD that showed up and dropping them from very high heights until sometimes he had downed about 20 different government officials, okay?
What do you do at that point?
You use your words and negotiate. And guess what? Most of the cops that used their words and negotiated got thrown off the building and he had to be shot down. But again, that's part of being a police officer. Sometimes you get the short end of the stick, you don't get to dictate the scenario. Just like in this case, I climbed a very tall ladder, I told you not to follow me, you just immediately charged up next to me and you got what you got. So typically, I'll tell you the truth, when I'm doing ladder shit, and I'm just gonna pretend this is the roof line right here, this like horizontal beam that I'm right below. I'm gonna get right about here so I can kind of just barely crane my neck over the edge.
I've never
see
had
what
to
the
really
person's
deal with
doing,
roof shenanigans
and
on
then
the
I'm
other
gonna
end.
wait until either they move away from the edge where they're gonna grab me, or they put away the firearm, or they turn around and run the other way, and then I'm gonna eclipse the top. But otherwise, I'm gonna sit there and talk to them, and that's all I can do. Because it is a stalemate in which they have by far the upper hand.
Yeah.
Uh,
As Jawbreaker just learned for the example. Sorry, ma'am.
It's okay. This is very, very bad timing, but I'm thinking about a big ass spider.
You're
that I need to
chilling.
take
You're
care of
chilling.
right
Deal
now.
with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Unless it's a fucking what are those things called? Are they wolf spiders, where they just all they do is eat bad shit? In that case, give it a name and a fucking castle in your house.
They're cute.
Cute.
Yeah, they're like the ladybugs of the spider world. All they do is eat bad shit and fucking mind their own business.
And they're really cute. Huntsman spiders are like that too, except they hurt and they bite.
Yeah,
and
that's the
they're
one I
from
was thinking of.
Australia.
Huntsman. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Huntsman
eat
and wolf are both the same.
cockroaches, snakes, rats,
Hey, everything okay on 5?
birds.
Yeah, they're fucking cool.
They're
Yeah,
very
one of us had a spider emergency, but we're good. We just went through the James Randall scenario. Don't worry, cadets are back on their feet. No bones broken.
Okay, sounds good. Did you see my 311 10 minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. We'll meet at the hangar.
I got bit by a brown recluse not too long ago, so I'm on
Fuck
the
that. Ew. What the fuck?
I got bit by
Your
a
whole
brown
leg turns
recluse
purple.
once. I had to go to
That's
the
gross.
hospital, and then they direct injected me with Benadryl, and I went insane. I was like allergic to it. I had like a meltdown over it.
Yeah, that's nasty.
No, I when I went to the hospital, the doctor told me I was on drugs, and I'm like, no, not on drugs. I'm not. Don't do
I
any drugs. Thank
wish.
you.
No, wait, no, wait, no.
My leg's purple, but it's not because of drugs.
Not a felon. I'm not a felon. I'm not a felon. I'm not a felon.
I'm just a coop.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was either
Honestly,
allergic to the Benadryl or I
there's
just
so
like had
much
a mental
dumb,
breakdown
stupid
over it.
shit
But
with
I
foot bills
started
that
losing
could
my
blow your
mind.
mind. Like, and
I'm
there's so
an
much stuff that
independent
I don't
woman
even
and I
fucking
don't
know.
need no man. Oh my god,
Oh
that
yeah,
scared the shit out
congrats.
of me.
Good shit.
Slay queen. All right. Anything so far that you guys, have questions about? Anything? Frustrations, questions, anything? Everything pretty straightforward?
Pretty straightforward.
All right. Okay. Then let's just do it again.
Okay.
Like I said, communication is their best friend. Just make talk to each other.
Yeah, so to give you an idea of the hierarchy of comms, it typically goes. So, okay, let me rephrase that. Typically, it would go normal radio communication, so organizational chatter. Then it would go anything that has an officer out with a suspect, so a traffic stop, for example, holding, main airway or reporting in that they're doing a traffic stop. Next higher level of comms would be any kind of situation where a person's life is in stake, so like a hostage situation, so a bank or something like that. Then up from that would obviously be like a 78's call where an officer's life has already been endangered. Now there is something that's interesting though. So around that nexus of like bank and like car chase comms, which are usually priority on a channel, if you have a situation where, let's say, you have an escape or a chase from a bank, and you have the person cleaning up the bank and clearing the bank and talking to the hostage, then you have the people chasing the car, and then let's say you also have a foot bail that happens like right away, the foot bail is going to take priority comms on the channel. So although it may seem kind of yappy, foot bails are where you can be yappy. Foot bails are where comms are kind of much more casual. It's just like you, like with your duo, kind of just, it's imagine like, as cringe as this is, imagine your apartment playing like League of Legends or something, and you're like bot lane with your duo, like on a Skype call, or holy fuck, I'm dating myself, on the Discord call. You're gonna just give each other constant comms, right? Yeah, fuck me. So you're gonna give each other constant comms, right? So that's kind of how foot bails are. It needs to be really dynamic, really fluid. Don't be afraid to like chatter back with each other, like, oh fuck, he's going up this like scary ledge, or he's just give as much color as you can, because it'll help the other person. All right, go ahead and count down, sir, and we will go again.
Do you want primer or secondary?
Active foot pursuit.
Whatever you guys want. Shit's gonna be dynamic when foot pursuits start, right? Imagine it's a foot bail with like 4 people in a car. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get out of the car, and immediately there's gonna be a flurry of comms, like, so-and-so on this person, you take this person, I got this guy, this person who looks like this, I'll handle this guy, that sort of thing, right? So it's kind of, it's gonna just develop as it happens.
Does it get really messy when there's like more than one foot bail?
Yes, it does get messy. It's just as best as you can. Try to stick to the principles of what you're teaching you, and try to work with the other people on the chase. It is not easy. In fact, it is.
Sorry,
one
I'm
of the more
asking a lot of
difficult things to
questions because I
manage,
feel like Candy is really
especially as a
nervous,
scene lead.
and I just want.
Alright,
I've
take it.
fallen. Currently headed westbound, heading towards some boxes. Looks like it's probably gonna climb the boxes and head up onto the roof. Yep. Westbound still. Running across the roof. Looks like he's about to head up the other roof. He's about to eclipse my vision on BCB.
So on the roof, he jumped down to the lower one. He's gone around, currently going eastbound, back the way he came. Jumping back up.
He's back on the roof. Tackle.
Nice.
Go. He broke cuffs. Currently northbound. He's heading behind these white walls. He's turned around. Heading out to the street, going westbound.
So what's already happened in this pursuit?
He's been tackled once, so we go taser.
Yep.
And board
You
him.
just warn me, sir, you're gonna get tased, you better stop. You're gonna ride the lightning, you know, whatever, right?
It's hopping up onto a roof. Sir, if you don't stop, you will be tased.
There we go, good.
Setting for a ladder.
People will complain. I am perfectly content tasing people who are 5 feet in the air if they've already recklessly driven a car at 140 miles an hour on the highway in opposite lanes of travel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
But use your judgment. If they're on a 20-foot ladder, you know, don't fucking tase them. You know, just be realistic here. Like as in proportional to the situation, not realistic.
I fell off a roof. I'm fully VCP.
He's back down on the ground. He is going westbound towards the hangar.
What's that in your hand? Is that a taser?
No, that's my lethal.
Alright, good.
Currently going eastbound, going in circles, going back westbound.
Dang it.
Towards the hangar again.
It's a good move. Just make sure when you do that, as he's doing, that you're giving them time to react, even if it's advantageous for them and it's not perfect. If you do this too tight, you're gonna hit them and you're gonna cause them to not slow down, but instead just get pissed at you.
Also, don't hit your officers that chasing them.
Still going
Best thing you
westbound.
can do, what I like to do, and I'll just give him actually some tip here. What I like to do on foot bails, if I'm mobile in a car, is get even a little bit further ahead of him. And I like to play the game of, I know how the car works, right? Like which parts of the car you can slide on. So what I'll do is I'll get ahead of the person and then I'll very slowly, like 1 or 2 miles an hour, kind of reposition so they can't slide over the hood. And then that makes them kind of readjust, which then buys you a little bit of ground. See how that just happens? See how close you are now?
Going for
Just like that.
Going for cuffs.
Cuffs broken.
Again, person who does the tase should be going for the cuffs because guess what? That was very dangerously close to one of you cuffing the other person. So remember, person who did the
like she
action
was gonna
goes
hesitate,
for the cuffs
and I was panicking.
unless they ask for someone else to do it, or it is blatantly obvious they are unable to do it. Oh, sick, a pickup.
Alright, what do you tell people the car that's sitting here?
We have a
Roll it
car
out.
about to pick him up. It's a 4-door sedan. I think it's a bluish purple. Occupied 1 times.
Leave the area right now.
Please leave the area. It's following next to him still.
What pit?
Went into the crate. Will be tased.
Oh.
Good for cuffs. Broke cuffs.
You thought.
Currently going westbound towards the hangar.
Sorry, will tase you.
See what he did right there? That was very good. That actually caused
I
me to
whiffed my
readjust.
tase.
Going right and northbound through the alleyway.
Yeah, you gotta learn the distance on tasing. It's a learned sort of like ranging.
Yeah.
Declan, we're getting up on time too.
Going upstairs. Continuing up for now. Currently VCB.
Alright, Declan, we're being requested by Helen to come back.
Yep. I'm running us back over there.
Okay.
Just crested the rooftop, heading westbound. VCB currently. Ugh. I fell and hurt my face. I have no visual on the suspect. 22 that he has just
Nice,
hopped off the
good
roof.
parallel.
Nice.
We'll call that there. Good job. So you guys saw how you improved your sequencing and your ability to cut the gap with those minor adjustments that all come down to the mobile unit and the teamwork, right? So first improvement was you actually getting in the car and getting next to me. Then improvement was getting ahead of me. Next improvement was figuring out which side of the car you're getting out on. And then improvement was him cutting off my space by making those micro adjustments. And then finally, the paralleling, right? So when you combine all those things in the teamwork, you'll land more and more chases and tackles, which gives you a better chance of catching me. So
Nice.
good progress overall, good work.
Thank you.
Thank you for your teaching.
Like I always say, just go ahead.
You guys have fun?
Just always communicate with each other.
Yeah, I had a
That's all
minor
you can ever
spider
ask for
issue in
a
between.
partnership.
That's fine.
Oh God.
O2 is going back to channel 9.
Like actual spider or?
Like actual spider.
That'd make me run for my life.
Ready to check?
Let me.
Yeah, I'm trying to ask questions and do things off so that the questions and stuff are happening and going out for Candy, because I don't know if she actually has experience or not, but she seems really scared. So I'm just like trying to make it
That's a big
a better
bitch.
example, you know?
Oh my
Bitch, it
God.
was
That's a
bad.
big motherfucker. Oh hell no.
That motherfucker got put into a glass and then flushed down the toilet. I can tell you that right now.
I like this. I like this academy. They're both good for different reasons. I think Onyx Academy, at least the ones that I was a part of, because I have not been a part of the more recent ones intentionally, because I don't want FTO anymore. The older ones were really long and really drawn out, and they didn't really get to the point quick enough, but there was also so many people at them that it was actually really hard to organize. I like that there was only 6 cadets for this, because you could split into groups with FTOs, and having 2 people and an FTO or 2 people and 2 FTOs is easier to manage than it is like 5 to 6 people in a group and 1 FTO. So I mean, I don't know if it's just because there just wasn't very many people that applied or that interviewed and stuff, or if this is just the general stuff that happens whenever they're doing, but I think it's better for learning when it feels more like a one-on-one versus like a massive group.
Hi, everybody. Cadets, how we feeling?
Pretty good.
Feeling good. Fantastic.
Slay, girl boss pussy queen. You've nearly made it through your first day of academy. We just learned about foot pursuits, and I do want each of you to go through, and I want you to tell me your favorite thing that you learned about foot pursuits. We'll start with Florida.
Feel put on a spot here.
Okay, we're gonna start with Diva.
Susie Carmichael is a little crybaby, but that's okay. She'll be nice eventually, and we just have to deal with that.
Some criminals are crybabies, okay, and you have to learn how to deal with that. All right, Riff.
If you no-ball someone, prepare to face the consequences.
Yes, I'm absolutely going to talk about that in a moment as well. Moonshine.
There's an old guy named James Randall who throws people off rooftops, so you might get thrown off a rooftop, and you just have to deal with it.
Yeah, be careful when you're following suspects up or down ladders. Make sure you got your lethal covered. Consider having someone, come up another side. Be prepared to serve